The recap.
I can't. I have one note from last session, and all it says is being fucking
Didn't you
badass
just say you
here.
wanted to do recap? Like, this is your favorite job, right?
Yeah.
My dream job.
You're gonna do that as your actual professional job.
My head is empty, so I'm gonna pass on this one.
If no one else wants to do it, I'll do it.
I want
Yeah?
to see Kate try is the thing.
We don't have Cheers
It's so
notes.
fun.
No. Cheers notes
We have
are
Cheers
are
notes.
there from the last session, so
Oh,
you
shit.
can use
We have
that.
Cheers notes. I also
Yeah,
have
notes,
notes, but I think it's more
Kate.
funny to flounder.
There's no floundering.
Kate, I'm sabotaging you. Kate, I'm sabotaging you.
So, Kate, are you doing it?
Why? Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okie dokie. Tell us what happened last session.
Oh, well, we started first with combat. Some of us are asleep, some of us are awake. The people who are asleep get awoken to shadows attacking them. Super fun. Love that for us. We do some combat with like some creepy Feywild people. The notes I'm reading lovingly calls them Spider Lady, so that's what we're gonna call them.
Yeah.
They're going for. No, the Twizzywinks come out of their camp. They're very, very concerned. There's a bunch of combat that happens. There's I don't know how to describe him. Evil spirit storm guy. Tarkun, yeah. He's not good. He basically kills Lady Twizzywinks in he one-shots her basically, so she's dead. We're all freaking out because our job is to protect them. And we failed massively. It's only been a night. Do some more damage. You know, we're fighting. Mors shapeshifts into Lord Twizzywinks to try to get the heat off of him. We're getting fucked by these shadow people. We truly are. They're hitting us. Everything's happening so much. The evil bad guy really wants to kill, as Chair calls it, Moore's Winks.
Yep.
Which I think is perfect. But Moore's Winks is, you know, badass, still standing after everything. We find out that the evil guy is Lord and Lady Twizzywinks' brother, which would have been really nice to know earlier. But we fight. We kill evil guy. Moore's does go down. Combat ends. Lord Twizzywinks is safe, thank the lords. But combat ends and we got an evil tree person coming to greet us.
You don't know he's
he
evil.
wants-
Just
Okay,
just
Well,
Okay,
he's got the attitude and the vibe of an evil.
sorry. Angsty.
yeah,
He is
Tree
angsty, that is
person.
for sure.
I'll let that off.
Angsty tree person comes out of the woods, being very angsty. You know, he does the slow clap. He wants Lord Twizzywinks, which is not good for us. So we have a very long conversation. There's some group conflict about what to do. Some almost PvP, but we didn't get there. We were very close. We definitely try to attack the angsty tree person, but he is apparently very strong.
We-
Wait, yeah, it was just
Place
Nico
the
and
blame
Auric,
on who it
basically.
was.
Collectively,
Hey, we were trying. It's a collective. We're a group.
soulbound.
Nico.
whatever
We're spellbound.
one person does, we all do.
More like Nico.
Yeah.
We agree to give Lord Twizzywinks to the angsty tree person. Angsty tree person takes us to some portals, and offers us a choice. Ransom shows him the location of the grove, which in hindsight seems like a really bad idea. And he's offered us a choice. We can either go see what happens to Lord Twizzywinks. We can be dropped off at right outside Strix, or we can go to the Grove and possibly resurrect Cecil. And this is my own opinion, that seems like a very bad idea. Especially with angsty tree person. But this is recap, not opinion time.
There you go.
So recap is over.
Yep. And just to clarify, as a reminder, they offered to bring Cecil back at their own grove if you wanted. Though they said they could at least, and obviously there is Cecil's original grove on the other side, and that's where we rejoin. You see the more emo, darker Sylvari leave. You see the leader push Lord Twizzywinks into this portal here on the right, and you are left alone.
Certainly are.
What
Well,
do
where
you-
are we going? I say to the rest of the group.
Where are we going?
I want to follow him.
Okay.
That's fine. I think we could definitely go do that. He did offer to resurrect your friend, so that is one way we could get that done.
Oh no, no,
You
I'm
know
not
if
following
they-
him because I trust him. I'm following him because of the opposite of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we go in there, we're not fighting anything, Nico. I just want to make that clear. I just don't challenge
I don't think
anyone.
we would survive that.
Anyone who wants to can roll insight based on
I would love
We've
to roll
rolled so
some
many insight rolls.
like yeah, looking at the last one, there's just like 4 insight ones.
Ah, that's a
25.
good insight.
Okay. 220 plus 20s is pretty big. 2 less big ones.
Hey, thanks, man. I'm trying my best.
Delphine and Tovar, you can only really tell from what you've seen. You know that person is incredibly strong. While whatever vibes you got off them were your choice, they told you that they weren't evil. So, you know. Ransom and Moors, I think you can definitely tell that that guy was, if not evil, at least morally ambiguous. And if you are thinking things through logically, it is, while, you know, they said that you could just come look, you don't fully trust anything that has come out of their mouth words-wise, and know that it would be a risk going through that, or feel that it would be a risk of, you know, all of these could be a risk at the end of the day. You don't even know if they're telling the truth that any of these doors lead where they lead.
Oh.
Does your friend have a preference as to perhaps where they would have liked to be resurrected? And what is your goal? Are you wanting to resurrect him first, or are you wanting to tie this little situation up in a neat little bow?
I believe that either way,
I think
Ransom,
Cecil would have preferred his own grove.
right?
Yeah, I think Ransom,
No,
you would
I'm
know
not
that.
I'm not trying to make you guys decide what is more important, but I really am. So the question is, what is more important to you right now? Getting your friend resurrected or going and following up? I will follow whatever y'all choose to do.
We still don't have. I still don't think we have proof. I want proof that
There was
Twisty
a
Winks did
there
what Silvari claimed.
Nico,
Why?
there was a sand ghost screaming about wanting revenge on him for what he did to him for 1,000 years. There's at
You
least a
attacked-
safe assumption
If
that
he
need
that
more
he's
attacked
done
proof?
something,
something
you
wrong.
trusted him. You basically allied with our attackers, is what I'm saying.
The lesser of two evils, honestly.
Screw that. I want to kill both evils.
You're a little
Fair.
bloodthirsty. You know, I want to get Cecil resurrected. That's what I want to do.
I
I
don't really-
also want to get Cecil resurrected,
No,
but
it's a fair question. If there's something I can, since Tovar did a lot of research on the Feywild and possibly some Sylvari stuff, is there like anything you could quickly roll to like decide on like whether or not there is something involving like if you bring a Sylvari to a different grove, something could happen to it or something?
You can roll history or arcana.
Could I also theoretically know that since I have interacted with one of these before? Not like research wise, but I guess more of like an insight check on what would happen if they did.
Memories?
This isn't. It's not really. It's not to do with the Sylvari here, though. It's not a memory thing. Tell you what, who can. So, Delphine and Moors can roll history checks. And as they're doing that,
Oh, so we are special.
yeah. And Ransom, what were you going to say really quick, just before we do that?
Oh, I just so
Solid 8.
I want to bring Cecil back, but I don't. And if we were to bring Cecil back, I would want it to be in his own grove. But I don't, at this point, trust the other Safari enough, I think,
No.
to just let that situation lie. So I guess I would be willing to follow them.
Thank you, Ransom.
We have
oh.
best wishes. All of us.
The other thing that I will mention there, Ransom, actually, with the 20 insight, you also remember how their eyes lit up when you gave them the directions to the other grove.
Yeah, is there a way we can fuck with the portal to the Cecil's Grove? Like, can we just like totally fuck with it?
You can go have a look at
Or
it
is
if
that
you want.
like not an option?
You can roll
Okay.
investigation or arcana, having a look at those, for Tovar, Moors, and Delphine. So, Moors and Delphine first with history. Not super high, but you've been here for 10 years. Like, you've been throughout all this process. You know it is really, really fucking hard to bring people back from the dead. Back pre-shattering, adventuring parties used to just like bring a cleric with them and they'd just be able to do revivify, and that was easy. There are not many clerics left, and the clerics that are around don't have revivify. Really, the bringing people back that you've even heard of happening have been big druidic groups, or like a visiting god or like other realm insanely powerful being doing like a true resurrection, which is like out of your league right now, or like miracles done by communities to raise, which what you can assume is what the Sylvari would be trying to do. So you know that you would require lots of people all wanting to bring this person back, all with a high enough power level to do that. Tovar with a 17 Arcana, your question about does it need to be the same grove? No. From any of the research that you've looked at, there's not a lot of research on Sylvari specifically, but when it comes to like, there's a big academic group of people that when people stopped being able to come back from the dead were like, shit, we need to kind of work out how we can do that. It is more on the ability of the group and less on their connect. Like, if you died, Tovar's probably a bad example, but if a normal person died and was brought back, they could be brought back anywhere as long as the people were strong enough. It's that, the community aspect of things, that is the most important, because it seems to be druidic magic that is the thing that can, at least on a low level, revive people.
So like there's nothing that pretty much says like I can glean with that pretty much says like, oh, but if you bring it back in a different place, it's gonna come out weird or something.
No, you can be pretty confident that like the spell that if the Dark Grove is lying, then they can't do that, then okay, that's a different thing. But if they are both casting a resurrection or of some sorts, you can be confident enough that it will work the same way as long as they're casting the spell. I will also say you guys are pretty messed up. So if you wanted to nap here and rest till the day, you can also do that. But obviously time will pass. So that's also on you.
I mean, I'm feeling, not to metagame, but I'm feeling pretty healthy. I just need time to put on my armor.
I'm kind of surprised about that.
I mean, I could definitely use like, I don't actually think most of my stuff comes back on a short rest. It'd just be HP for me, which I wouldn't say no to, but if we're in a rush.
Yeah, I think you all just did a bit of a short rest on the walk
we?
here. That's what it looks like, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I rolled hit points then.
Yeah, I healed last session. which
Yeah.
means I should have put on armor too. So
Yeah. Well, that was during it was for a walk, so I don't think you could probably have put armor on during the walk. But you can put your armor on now. Here, how long does it take to put on heavy armor? Isn't it like an hour?
It's like an hour, 10 minutes. I don't remember.
10 minutes. I think it's a shit ton of turns. But if you're out of combat, then it's fine. So yeah, you can start putting on your armor now if you want. So what are we thinking?
What about the portal that Ransom's trying to?
Yes, you
Great.
did an investigation. So what are you looking for?
I guess Ransom is just like a little regretful of his slightly emotional decisions and wants to make the portal not go anywhere near Cecil's Grove anymore.
Have people already gone through that portal though? Did we see anybody?
No
go
one has
through
gone
No.
through the left portal.
Okay.
So here's what you do. You find a little stick on the floor. First things first, you want to check to make sure that these portals don't just instantly kill you when you go through. When you put the stick through, pull it out, nothing, no damage, nothing like that. So at least from this side, you can assume, and you go through each of those portals, that none of them are going to instantly kill you. Having a look at it, they look arcane in nature, which means that probably if you know how to, or know anyone that can do dispel magic or something like that, you could probably just delete the portal. But you also make the connection that, you know, they had the ability to make these portals. There's nothing to stop them from being able to make, like, they know you showed them roughly where to go. So they could, like, if they have the ability to do this, they probably have the ability to just make more portals.
Yeah,
The-
my words
the
is if you
Sylvari
plant
made
a portal,
these
they can
for
just make one
you.
closer to the grove.
Oops.
Fine, it's fine.
You don't know if they're angry. Maybe they just want to see some other Sylvari friends, you know?
Opening trade
trust
routes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there have been lines of
Definitely.
communication.
Actually, Delphine, you
Red
know that they would be
Wolfer.
angry, don't you?
I do.
How outwardly worried does Ransom look right now? Like panicked? What's the panic scale?
Yes. We'll say moderately panicked.
Moderately panicked.
Right.
Not like full on panicked because he doesn't. Okay, here's the thing about Ransom, right? He's a selfish guy. He doesn't actually care about their Sylvari. He just is worried that if the other Sylvari get like attacked before Ransom can get Cecil to them, then shit kind of goes wrong. That's where his panic is kind of coming from.
With that insight, Ransom, to give some, I guess, like a tidbit of information for you there, but like, you know, like if you were to leg it to the Grove now, they said it's a 3-day hike. You know, if you ran there and didn't sleep or anything like that, you could probably get there. Like, they're 3 days away as well. So the sooner you got to their Grove, the faster you would be more likely to arrive before the darker ones. If you went the darker route, the best chance you have is arriving at the same time.
I have a slightly stupid idea. It's pretty stupid, actually. If we had some of our more stealthy members perhaps go and check out the darker grove, then some of us could stay behind and guard this gate and make sure that maybe nobody passes through while we wait. I don't like what Ross just did there.
What if they have more gates though? Why can't they?
Yeah.
Who's to say they don't have a way of transporting directly from their grove to wherever they want if they can create portals already?
You look at this as well,
We
and you
can
can
do
see that this is
Cool
like
as
a
well.
this is like a really high level dimension door spell, essentially. So it's not like reliant that it has to be here. This is they just created these gates.
We could do like a version of that and send, instead of stealthy members to the darker Sylvari Grove, we could send like stealthy members to Cecil's Grove, where I don't think we would encounter a lot of violence. I realize those are like famous last words, but
Just one kobold
the
running,
three-day
being
hike.
chased by like dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah.
You see,
I'm the Toad King.
if you want my like kind of meta idea on this, is that if we're being aware of the fact that these people can just make their own portal, and go and already know the girl's location, I'd say it'd be best for us all to go to Cecil's Grove and stand by. So then, if something happens, we'd be there to protect it.
They don't know. They don't know where the grove is. The best they could do is where this, like, a 3-day hike in like a whatever that is, like 100-mile radius. They can sort of gauge, but you took it away from them fast enough that they didn't need to see the exact point. So yes, to your point, if you went there and legged it now, you'd probably arrive ahead of them.
Nico just looks at Tovar. Huh, so you do have a heart after all. Caring about other people? That's so unlike you, Tovar.
Trying to revive our friend.
I guess given that, Ransom would rather go to Cecil's Grove.
Wouldn't you do the same if it was Sildar, Nico?
No, I'd kill the fuckers who killed him in the first place.
And
Well-
you don't see that as trading lives.
It's different that way.
Mm.
I think... Oh, sorry, go Ransom.
Oh, that's it. I mean, yeah.
I think we should just hit those guys at their source.
No,
Might as well deal with it now before it becomes a problem.
I
I think that's
Whole-
a death wish.
heartedly disagree with all that you're saying at this moment.
We can be diplomatic at first. I just need some answers. I just want to talk.
Do
I just
you-
want to talk.
Do you remember the last time we tried
Uh.
diplomacy?
Well, that was your issue, so I mean, let me do the talking. this time.
Did Delphine ever gleam that there was a connection between him and that fucking sword and his behavior, Nico? Did Delphine glean that? I thought I asked about it last time. And I don't remember.
Was
if I actually
Delphine
did.
even with us when we went shopping?
Yes.
Yes.
I also
Yes,
tried
then
to
Delphine
pull the
would
sword
know.
away from you.
Yeah,
Then it
you
didn't
know
work.
you know of the sword. You wouldn't. There hasn't been a direct challenge to Nico that would cause him to have to fight this guy, like, magically.
This is just Nico being Nico.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you could probably gauge that
Goddamn.
like there would be more of a like, if the sword was telling Nico to do this fight, he would be there right now, or he would be in bad shape.
I'm
Nico,
just saying,
if-
Nico. You go ahead. No, you're fine.
If you have a death wish, by all means, go through that portal. I'm gonna go resurrect our friend.
And I mean, not to give you a really hard time, but I have a horrible feeling that you will not see the last of that Dark Sylvari, most likely. I genuinely do not think that we will be safe from pursuit. And I know that logically that makes it seem like you'd want to cut them off at the source, but if you just want answers, especially, you're gonna see them again. This is the Feywild. They're everywhere.
So does anyone want to go to the Dark Grove then? Or do you all want to go to Cecil's Grove?
Yeah, believe it or not, none of us really find safety in going to a dark grove.
I'm down for the original grove from your tree boy. That's what I think would be the safest option.
He has a name. His name is Cecil.
I don't actually know if I ever heard his name.
Well, now you do. So,
It was what?
Cecil?
Seesaw?
Okay. Now you're just being a little rude.
I've got a bad ear. The skull covers a lot of things.
It's incredibly ineffective. It's just.
It's not the best for perception.
Am I
That's why I've
still
got a
in
plus
my
one.
original form? Like Moore's? I think I am.
That's your shout. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll transition back to Mabel.
Cool.
Oh shit! What the fuck was that?
Oh. I guess the jig is up, isn't it? So
Yeah, I just told you that the skull really does not do well for perception. I didn't
maybe you
notice
saw
that.
maybe you just trick of the skull.
I don't think that's anything.
I've always looked like this.
Sure.
It's the compliments of the shattering. You understand.
Okay. I really do. Hey, maybe one day I'll take off this big old thing and you'll see how the shattering fucked me up. That's not today though.
Mm.
Frankly, we are not there yet.
That's okay.
So, what's the plan? With the majority of people are looking to go. It seems like we've got at least Ransom, Meryl, definitely, or Moore's definitely going.
Mabel.
Mabel now, yeah. Auric sullenly walks over there, but not really saying anything. So Tovar and Nico. What do you
I
think?
think I know
Whoever's going to Cecil's Grove.
Yep. Nico?
Yeah, sure. Nico just looks at the gateway to the Dark Grove and reluctantly turns away and follows the group.
Okay. You all walk through the portal and instantly are transported into what looks like a clearing of a place in the Feywild. Anyone who wants to can give me a survival check.
I should be good at that.
Shit, we lost our
Okay, well, that's
survivalist.
not a horrible roll. That's gonna be a fat 19.
19's good. Most people over 10, which is really good. Altogether, looking around, you see the door just puffs closed behind you. Looking around, you looking up at the sun, you can gauge roughly the directions that you need to go. You have the map that outlines where to get there. You can see this is about a 2.5 days hike. Now, with your crew, considering Ransom's Sword of Warning, or Bow of Warning, and the number of you, you can assume that you got a few ways of doing this. You can just travel 2.5 days traveling. If you were to just sleep, you would probably be fine at camp, defending from any little bugs that would attack you or anything like that. That would take 2.5 days. You can also get there faster by not sleeping. A 2-day run, it would be brought down to, if you're constantly going, probably about a full 24-hour heavy hike. You'd need to make sure, there'd be some additional rolls involved with that, and probably some exhaustion by the end, but you would get to the Grove much faster.
I'd say it'd be best if we took our time.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
It's not like we can't see people coming by if we camp at night and we keep watch. We should be okay if we bed down.
So unless someone packed a horse, yeah, we should probably take our time.
Okay. You...
No, we do not.
You head off on your way. Now, you have a map. You're taking your time. all I will ask, if you're looking at 2.5 days, is a nature check from each of you. So 5 nature checks with advantage. The first one will be a DC 10, and then it will go up 1 each roll. So DC 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in order of that. So whoever wants to go,
Oh,
what, nat 20?
We
yeah.
all need them,
Yep.
correct?
We're rolling with
Okay.
advantage.
Rolling with advantage because you have a door. So, yep.
Hey.
10 easy, 11 easy, 12 easy, 13. Yep. Ransom. Do you roll that? Can you roll one more?
Mhm.
Got this, buddy. Ah.
Okay. With all of those high enough ones, you're going to nail all of those. So you're starting your hike and your journey. With such high nature checks, it's relatively uneventful when you're camping out. On your journey, is there anything anyone wants to do during that downtime or anything? Yeah, anything that you imagine happening on that journey at all?
Can
I'm
I?
going- Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Can I do what? Can I gain knowledge into what will happen if I turn back into Meryl?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
You can roll insight if you want.
Insight? You're so kind.
Oh.
21.
Jesus, you get a plus 10 to insight?
Absolutely.
Holy crap. Okay. You can assume what it felt like when you had that contract burned onto your arm. It felt like eyes watching you at all times. And you felt those eyes disappear when you moved and when you changed shape. You didn't feel the eyes go away. You felt them stop watching you because like the script wasn't there. It seems like the devil wasn't really expecting you to be able to literally change the molecules of your body. But you can assume that this was a thing that if you came back, that form is mired with whatever script it was on there, and they would probably activate whatever it was.
Okay, so not a good idea.
I mean, it's
Meryl
basically a
is
homing beacon. We could get them to come and,
dead.
if we want to tussle.
True.
True.
We
Hey,
do have a
right.
way to lure them
I'm
if we
at
do
this
need to.
location. Meet me in 10.
The
Might
other
have been
the other
ambush at some
thing,
point.
yeah, or the other thing you can say as well is that like you might have a lot of enemies, but also, or there might be a lot of bad people, but maybe they're not all here to get you, or could like if you were in a really big bind where there was like a ton of people that were fighting you, and you brought that up, and then had a load of devils come in. Maybe more people would fight like you could cause destruction or distractions with that for sure.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Probably throughout one of the 2 days, I'd make my way up to Delphine. Like,
Howdy,
hey,
partner.
hey, friend. So
Howdy.
the shattering really fucked with you too.
The shattering fucked with everybody who was part of it, yeah.
It did. It certainly did. I don't like to be dishonest with people. Do you
Hmm.
remember? I was gonna show you, but I don't think it's a good idea anymore. Meryl, and then I told you she was dead.
Yeah,
I feel like you
do.
probably
I'm
put
starting
the
to feel like
pieces-
she's not dead.
She's definitely
yeah.
not dead.
I'm
It's
starting to feel like she's right in front of me, maybe.
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 I think so. Cool trick.
Yeah. If
Must
trick
be
is what you
nice
want
to
to call
become anyone.
it. It's certainly gotten me into my fair share of trouble.
Do you need to see an entire person to try and mimic them? Like what happens? Because you don't know my entire like fucking head. So what happens if you tried to transform into me right now?
I'll
I'm not asking you to. Please don't. Please do not. But what would happen?
It's funny you should say that because what you appear to me right now is what I would appear to you. Are you sure you don't want to see it? It's actually very cool.
I really don't actually. I don't
Your
want to
soul,
see.
like the whole thing, kind of like acts as part of your
I'm
head.
sorry, my
head,
soul.
skull.
Oh, I thought that you had some other thing that I did not know about,
I don't
and
have
that was
your
about to
soul
scare the
just
shit out of
yet.
me. I don't think you ever will. And she says that with a very, very point of finality on that one.
Okay.
Any other things that
Fun.
people? Oh, go.
No, fun
Back
conversation.
during
Very
the
nice.
arena fighting, Cecil gave me a potion that she napped, or they napped from what's his name? Oh my god, Flagstaff.
Yes.
Flagstaff
Flagstaff.
laboratory. I still have that. Can I find out what it does, or do I have to drink it to find out?
What one was this? This was a. Was it the
My
black
description
one?
says
It was like dark red or black, I think.
mysterious dark red potion.
Yeah.
You've got a couple days.
I was like, I hope this is a healing potion, and I threw it at you.
It's just a healing potion. That'd be so lame. I thought it'd be like
I
turn to a
don't know.
dragon.
You can roll. You've got enough time, so you can probably roll investigation with advantage if you wanted to. Jeez.
That's it. I have a +5. It's the one thing.
You went to college.
Yeah,
You know
there we
how to
go.
investigate.
Knowledge educated.
You. Hold on. So you have a little taste. You know, hold it up, look at it a little bit, and you've. I guess if you went to college as well, and you saw like magic happen at school. There was a whole thing of alchemists. You know, there's a whole class you could take to learn alchemy and stuff like that. And
Minored in it, yeah.
there we go. And one of those that was really hard to do, but was super useful, was the idea of transformation potions. So potions that would let you, on the high level, some people were trying to copy druid wild shapes and like turn into animals and beasts and stuff like that. On the lower level, you would be able to change parts of your body to be more effective or things like that. Looking at this, you can probably assume that it is something that would allow you some control over changing your body.
Huh. And given to me by a druid. How ironic.
Yeah.
All right, I'll save that for a rainy day then. So he'll just, put it back just in case.
Cool. As you continue on, we'll cut to the last, the last morning. So you all wake up, in your final campsite, having a look around you. You know, it's the daylight is just starting to break, and what you've noticed getting this close, you're about a few hours off of where it says the grove is going to be, and you can feel a hum in the air. It feels like that there is something that shouldn't be here is here, but is sort of like feeding the ground. plant life and animal life that you've seen, as weird as it is looking more lush, more vibrant. The animals are running faster, looking beefier. Everything looks like it's been turned up to 11 around here. Not in a negative way, almost in a like uber healthy way, but it definitely doesn't look in a natural way.
Ross,
Yeah.
do we have to make wisdom saves at night?
Yeah,
You
dream saves.
Yeah, you've been traveling now, so this is your second day of sleeping. You slept here, though, for the first, so I'm just going to need one wisdom save from everybody for the first night.
Except for Marilyn.
Yes,
right?
so just Nico and Tovar right now.
I got another nat 20. That's like the second time I've
Do
gotten
I
20.
also have to
Holy
do one?
shit. Oh, yeah, and Ransom. Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
buddy.
That's rough.
My dreams are impenetrable.
Which is wild, considering you are not a wise person.
Oh, -2.
-2 is wild. Cool. Ransom, your dreams are filled with worry for Cecil. You dream of being too late and arriving at the Grove and it being burnt down and never being able to see your friend again. You dream about your friend being brought back as some sort of evil puppet. And you do struggle in your sleep, but it's the nightmares of having a dead friend.
Rough.
Pretty rough. But you notice in your dreams, even when you're close to wherever this grove is, you are feeling calmer. You're all feeling better. You feel healthier. The food you eat tastes nicer. The water you drink almost is a sweet point to it. It is nice to be here. You've got about a couple hours hike away before you get to where you think you're meant to go. Does anyone want to do anything as you break camp or just head straight there?
Can I want to talk to everyone. I also
I
while we're in this couple hour hike, I want to like, walk my way up to Ransom. I assume they're leading the whole party.
This tiny
Um,
little kobold. You've got like a map the size of you.
Yeah.
um, Ransom, we're getting close. Are you doing okay? How are you?
Doing great.
Can I insight check that?
You can roll insight.
19.
Ransom, you can roll deception if you want.
I will. As a matter of fact, thank you very much. Oh man. Ransom is too
What do they say?
panicked to deceive.
Panic.
Yeah, what did they see when they look at you, Ransom?
Ransom's like pretty antsy. Like anytime he's okay, you know those like tiny dogs with the really short legs that have to like move or
The
like
dog
really
stand?
fast? Yeah,
Wow.
that's what he looks like.
Oh.
He's like, and if you stop, he's like pacing and like kind of like can't sit still, and he's like, he looks like he wants to like run into the woods at any given moment, but like he's like trying to keep himself together because like that's not gonna fix anything. So yeah, he's he's kind of going through it.
Yeah. Listen, Ransom, I've been watching you for a solid like couple hours and you definitely don't look okay. I don't want to make a big deal of it, but we're going to get Cecil back. Like, there's no doubt about it. You don't
Man, I hope so.
We will. You don't have to worry about that. I don't know what they're gonna be like when they come back, but they'll be here with you, and Everything will be fine. Again. We'll be fine. I just kind of like, I don't know. Put my hand on your shoulder, kind of awkwardly. Comfort
That's really
isn't-
low.
bend
You have to like
down to do
lean
it,
over
yeah.
a little.
Yeah.
At a 90-degree angle, put your hand on my shoulder.
Just
It just
yes, this is affection, right? I know what to do.
Right? This is natural.
yes.
Yeah, he's 2 feet tall. So
Oh.
Not less feet than I thought, actually.
As you continue looking, just checking, Nico, Tovar, Delphine, anything that you lot are doing in your journey at all?
Yeah, actually, Delphine, when they are not making any conversation or when they're not being approached, they are actually continuing to stitch that skeletal pattern wherever it follows along, like the bones and the skin. And she actually would like to check in with Alquam briefly, mentally. Not out loud, and she's just gonna say, are we getting anywhere fucking close to this egg?
When are you doing this?
Probably now.
Okay.
Like during the 2-hour hike.
For the first time in a long time, you get no answer. You reach out and feel the same presence of you felt for so long, of someone in you, watching you, whatever that creepy feeling is, but it feels like being as close to wherever you're going, that connection is not as strong as it normally would be, and you feel waves of like frustration almost. You feel vibes of like attempting communication but can't grasp. Like it's as if someone is like shouting from really far away and all you can hear is the tone, and you're getting frustration. But to your question of the egg, you feel like affirmation at least, but you feel more nuance should have been happening and can't, because you can't, for whatever reason, speak to this creature.
I think they feel a little panicked at that, a little stressed. So they just intensify their stitching a little bit more. They start heading towards the back of the group. But I don't think they have, what's their deception?
It's a paladin. You
I
might have high
have to-
charisma.
I have a +4, so I'm actually gonna roll deception to see how well she's hiding her stress.
Yep.
No, that's a 6. So
Yeah.
it'd be pretty visible that she's stitching pretty heavily in the back of the group. She will wonder if she's doing the correct thing. Keep going.
Nico, Tova, anything from you?
I just thought of something I could have been doing during this trip. If you want me to do something with like the overall thing.
Yeah, your shout. Yeah.
I just thought that like this is probably Tovar's first time really like trekking through something like the Feywild. He'd probably like want to like mark some stuff down and actually like
So funny. I literally thought the same thing.
We
And-
should have like been marking down a map of where the Dark Grove was too, or where that gate system was.
and maybe if there's like something worth that would probably have caught his eye as they walked through, he'd probably like want to look into it.
Okay. I would say, like, you're filling out your journal. You're making notes of all the places that you've been. This doesn't look very touched. Like, this looks like an untouched area. A lot of people don't explore the Feywild in general, so this could be very useful information. I would say in your testing, especially with the plant life side of things, you can roll me either 2 investigation checks or 2 nature checks. Or one of each, but we'll do it for like each day, the equivalent.
And they're both relatively the same, so I'll go with investigation.
Okay. 2 mid ones. Okay, sweet. That's good. That's really good, actually. So on both of the days, something that you notice is a weird, like bioluminescent moss grows pretty much like it's like almost an invasive species. Like it is everywhere. Anytime there is like a gap between plants, there's this like thick blue fuzzy moss that sort of glows brightly during the night. And you've been like having a little bit of a study to see, you know, like pulling it apart, squeezing it, tasting it a little bit, testing it out on like other animals you might find and being like, what does this do? Because it seems to be everywhere and it never seems to be touched. Like no animals eat it. You've seen like weird like caterpillar deer like bouncing around that like explicitly try and not touch this stuff. And even to the touch, it doesn't feel too bad. It at night, on the first night, you start to feel incredibly itchy. And the next day, you start seeing that where you've been touching this, like, your skin has started to, like, melt away. It's like even just by touching and working with this. So on the second day, experimenting a little bit more and being able to maybe collect some with gloves and squeeze, you see that if you boil this, it leaves a like sediment at the top of this water that straight up like dissolves stone. It is wildly dangerous. So I would say, like, in terms of capacity wise, you would probably manage to like fill a glass bottle with doing this. Like, it's pretty intensive because it like wrecks any cauldron or anything. Like, it's really bad. But you would have a vial of something that if you were to throw it at someone and it would hit them, it would be like an acid bomb, essentially. It would do 66 of acid damage, but it also melts through anything. You have yet to find something that it doesn't do.
How's it holding in the container?
I'd say you'd need to like magically do
Not
this,
reactive.
and you can see like cracks on the glass being held together by like magical mindset. This isn't like, it's not something you could do regularly because you need to like be concentrating to like, you couldn't have like a ton of these vials because if one split, you could just melt. That would be real bad.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark this in my inventory as a bottle of moss acid that does 66 acid damage.
Yep.
Okay.
You will see just Tovar just like covered in burns. It's like, this is definitely gonna work. You definitely like one of the times you tried to cook, you tried to get out like one of the frying pans and it was just completely melted through.
God damn it, Tova. We needed that for
shouldn't-
soup.
We shouldn't leave
You know what?
Tovar with
It's
the
like-
acid and everything else.
Since I guess I completely fucking melted like my arm a bit with that acid, am I allowed to say I'm like casting in that? Can I like bank that like acid pain?
Yeah, if you want to bank the pain you caused to yourself, by all means. Warlocks are weird.
Do that.
Nico, anything from you on this journey at all that you're thinking, or what's going on with you?
Nico, with his cave mindset, will probably score trees occasionally as they walk through the woods with his name, obviously, because people have to know that it was him.
Uh-huh.
Like every time there's a
Nico
pause,
was here with a Z.
I was
Can you
just gonna
see this?
say Nico was here. He like quickly slashes it with his sword.
I
Because
just
that doubles as sword practice too.
yeah, I just imagine like you drawing, like that S, like the
Yeah.
the graffiti S.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, something that you notice as you do this, the closer you're getting, and especially on this walk, you cut through the bark, and by the time you finish the E in here at the end, Nico is already starting to be healed over, and the bark is already regenerating.
Hope we don't get lost.
Do you breadcrumbs?
Well, also,
Maybe
maybe
we'll
that
be
means-
Hansel and Gretel.
What was that? Sorry, Ransom?
Because if Nico was carved his name, couldn't the Dark Sylvari follow?
They could.
Hundreds of Nikos out there.
That's true. They didn't know your name either.
So many Nikos.
Okay, I'll put Nico wasn't here. That'll throw him off.
Uh-huh. That'll throw him off real good.
Perfection. As you make your way through the forest, it's, you start to feel it opening up a little bit. And soon enough, it feels like the forest is opening up, but what is actually happening is the trees are getting taller and taller and thicker and thicker. And before you know it, you are walking through a jungle of 100-mile tall trees. Like, you just bark up past the skyline almost even. Thicker than houses. Just walking, it takes like 5 minutes to walk past one trunk. And as you continue walking, you see what looks like this huge, like a giant tree with big steps carved into it, heading further up and further up and further up. You're in this clearing, you see this tree going up, and the closer you get, that humming noise starts feeling in your mind as well. And you know you're on the right track. Anything anyone is doing before heading up these steps?
Mabel's gonna turn to the group. Before we go in, I trust all of you. I know all of you. I just want to make it clear. We will not be doing anything shady in this grove. We will be perfectly polite people who are doing diplomatic missions. Nothing else. We are getting our friend back, and that's it. Okay?
You should be telling yourself that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Nico wasn't here. Turn back around. Go up the steps.
When Ransom hears Mabel say that, he's gonna like scurry up Mabel's legs and then like back and hide on her somehow.
Has
You-
anyone
Just
checked on
plainly stares at you. and
Has anyone
falls
checked
behind.
on Cecil's body recently? Is it doing okay? We haven't opened the bag, have we?
No, you've not.
Has anyone checked? Does anyone check in the evenings?
I don't even know who has the bag. Isn't
I
it
don't think
Tovar?
Tovar should. He's
Ransom
covered in
does.
This is
moss.
Ransom,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Ransom had
I
the
have
bag.
the bag.
Would you have
Yeah.
checked? Would you be looking in?
Ransom probably does check occasionally. Yeah.
Their body is eerily still unmoving, unrotting. It looks almost perfectly preserved as how they fell. It definitely isn't starting to rot or smell, which is good. But also, you would kind of have hoped that something would have happened to it, and it looks like it's in some sort of weird stasis.
I have a question for everybody. Are they gonna appreciate you pulling your friend out of a bag?
They
I think I've got them
better.
here. Just,
It'll be
Letters
fair
from
to-
Stare
Bronwyn?
change. Oh, there goes my friend's head.
It'll be fair to explain the situation before doing that.
Oh yeah. Who's talking, by the way?
We're gonna be polite. We're gonna be diplomatic, and
I vote not Morse or not Mabel.
I'm
Why
sorry.
I actually want to say that I think maybe Ransom should, or perhaps
Not want to talk.
Mars. Actually, here's what I think. Anybody but Mr. Nico over there.
Okay, you haven't been
I-
around.
listen,
Morse,
listen.
right?
This is important.
I
I will
have
be
not,
good.
that's
I
true.
promise. Okay, this won't be
Just-
library situation. This won't be.
This group
This won't
is
be
a
tavern
goddamn
situation.
nightmare. Oh, God.
This will be whole new diplomatic. I will be. We'll be fine.
I
as
feel
the
like there is so much that I'm missing from this right now, and I don't think I want to know.
as the bard, you haven't actually done a successful persuasion conversation
will!
yet, right?
I will at some point.
Tor
Don't-
will at least
don't
be,
start with-
be standing by to give
What's the
advantage.
haps? What's happening?
Okay.
I learned that very quickly, but we'll be.
Nico-
Yeah.
Nico just sighs. Alright, fine, you can talk, but I'm standing next to you this time if stuff goes down.
Yeah, it's
Stuff-
okay. This is your friend. This is all of your friend.
Mhm.
Everybody should be there. It's not like you need a face of the group right now. You need to be unified.
Cool.
And I'm just here, so I'm gonna be in the back. Y'all have fun.
You make your way up and 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 up. It feels like you've been walking forever. Your calves and thighs are burning from the you wish there was some form of elevator, but they don't exist yet. So how can you wish that? Yeah.
Another thing I'd like to do.
Yes.
Can I perceive and make a perception check to see if anybody has followed us this entire time? Like, look for signs of maybe shadows in the forest, and like, basically, I'm looking for the Dark Saguari, whether or not they have shadowed us.
You can give me a perception check with advantage.
Oh, I don't like that you did that, Raw. I'm
You
gonna
want
try and do this
to
with my
do
physical
that.
dice. Oh, one of this is that's a 19 already, though. Okay, hang on. 21.
21.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec.
Ross.
No.
Ross.
I will say, barring your words, I believe we all hit a little late.
I did level up when we did the long rest.
Oh,
But I didn't choose an ASI.
were you
yet.
supposed to do that?
It will be in a.
Ross said we
It will be
could.
yeah. It will be in a second, like officially wise. But yeah,
Okay.
you can do it now. You look around and you don't see anything. As you look further, the reason I gave you advantage is because you would have known. You've worked with someone that has similar tactics. You kind of were looking out for when you've laid ambushes for people, and it doesn't seem like anyone is there. That being said, it is so lush around this area. There is like 6-foot high grass. There is, giant flowers and stuff. Huge fungi. It could be very easy to hide here if needs be. But you definitely don't see an army or anything like that.
Okay, I will just compartmentalize that knowledge in my head.
Cool. As you make your way to the top, eventually you are greeted by a enormous treetop, what looks almost like a village. Can everyone see this?
It's
Oh,
very. Oh yes.
Yeah, that
yes,
is
we
very
can
big.
now.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a big old
hello.
map. Mine is
Damn.
still blurry.
Oh.
but-
Yeah, mine just
Ah.
became unblurry.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a big one. So give it a sec to load in.
A
But
big
yeah,
boy.
you see as you come up, a like basically what looks like the top of a roof, like at the top of a load of stumps of these like enormous trees have been cut or sawn with some kind of magic. Unsure to tell, but as it leads, some lead off over, and you see some houses. You see a ton of Sylvari milling around. There looks like there is like some shops going on. People are just chatting and talking. Some are rushing to and fro, and the further you look, even though all of this is still massive, directly in the center, you've got to imagine this sort of goes all the way around, is an enormous tree that has this glowing light emanating around it, with a bright, like vibrant light heading into it that looks like it's shimmering slightly, like some sort of portal or something like that. Hey, taking a look at this tree, you can see that it has no top and it has no real bottom. It looks like it has been shunted from somewhere else into this reality, just this part of it. And even looking at it brings an insane sense of calm to all of you, and a sense of growth, of health, of nature, of happiness. This is a good place to be, and while that may not be from your world, it doesn't seem like it has any malevolence involved to it. As you make your way to the entrance of this, though, two Sylvari guards, dressed in full plate, one dual-wielding scimitars, one has a nasty-looking halberd and a big shield, step up, give you all a once-over, look pretty shocked as well. Like, you can see there is no other races here. This is just Sylvari in this area. They look at you and go, "Halt, travelers! Who goes? How have you made your way to our secret grove, and why are you walking so nonchalantly through the front entrance?"
Hello. Me and my friends, one of our dear friends was a Sylvari. They unfortunately passed away, and we were hoping to maybe get some answers or talk to someone.
Roll persuasion for me.
Not with disadvantage, though.
No, not with disadvantage.
Not 20, 28.
Oh.
You gave no information away here, but they look at you, expressions soften a little bit. It must have been important if you've brought them all the way here. How on earth did you find us? This grove has been hidden since the Sundering, and since we all arrived here, we've been trying to figure out how to get back home, but we've had to keep safe and secret, kept away. How do you know of us? And here, of all places.
Ransom from like Mabel's shoulder just like produces the map silently. Like you don't even see Ransom, just like the map just like pops out.
Can they take it?
Yes.
Cool. They go to grab it, pull it. Is the note there as well, or just the map?
Yes.
The note. Cool. So they have a little read through. you knew, well, they knew Bronwyn. Okay. The one that's talking to you, this one here is the one with like the halberd and shield. Speaks to his friend, goes, Erwin, find Bronwyn. It looks like something he sent. Maybe they would know more. They look at you. I'm sorry, I can't let you go any further for our safety, but all of this looks very peculiar and interesting. If you would wait just a moment, we'll see if we can go and find someone.
Of course, I appreciate your help.
This person runs off, going all the way to get, you see a little bit of commotion, and then coming back, eventually you see a older looking Sylvari, dressed in what look almost like healer robes, or like nobility isn't the right answer. Like a learned person, like an elder or something like that. They have a thick, like gnarled wooden staff with a pulsating green gem on the side, and people look at them with some form of reverence, like they look like some form of leader, or at least someone at the top. He first comes down smiling and says, "Aha! Friends of Cecil, I hear you got my message, and I wish you all welcome. Please, where is my friend?"
Yeah, about that.
There's a reason we came here. Maybe if this is very public. If you wanted to go somewhere a little more private, we could discuss
There is
why exactly we're here.
nowhere private in our areas. He looks at the other guard. Let me take them. Please, come with me. He takes you all the way up to the center of this area, asks, like, sort of hushes away, and you get a bit of space around you, although you can see, like, there's a lot of hubbub going on. People are sort of moving out of the way, like moving out of this main area, but are all just like poking over, like whispering, muttering, and things like that. Bronwyn looks at you and says, What happened?"
Well, Cecil is no longer with us. Physically, at least. They're gone. We came here for hope, I guess.
He looks like he's been shot. His whole demeanor, like, he looked like this cheery old man, and he suddenly looks like a sick old man. You see his shoulders fall, his body sort of crunches over. He looks at you and says, "I see. It is not often we lose our brethren, and it is even more rare for us to see or be able to try and help." You said you brought the body?
Yes.
May I see them one last time?
I'm turning to Ransom.
Yeah.
Just like with the map, the bag of holding is just like produced.
Ransom, roll me an investigation check to pick out Cecil's body the first time.
I think we had
Oh,
a specific
no.
body bag, didn't we?
Yeah, the bag of holding just
Oh, is
like,
it just is it just in there?
Yeah, we
That's the
have
only thing.
I think we had a bag that
Yeah.
was just for
Okay.
his body.
Never
It's
mind
just Cecil's body.
then. You see the bag opens and I guess like you help lift out and place. You wrapped Cecil's body was wrapped in like a cloth originally. So they sort of like you place them on the floor, pull open the cloth, and you all see Cecil's body still damaged from the fight that killed them. You see like ice shards and cuts up one side. You see the words, the carvings on one of their wrists, and you also see on like the top side of their face the dark sort of like twinges of fire that had started happening just before they drop to the ground. Bronwyn falls to their knees, looks sad, but also happy that they made it back. And kind of like looks at Cecil's body and says, "I knew it'd take you a while to come back here, old friend, but like this, really?" He looks.
Is there anything that could be done?
When you say that, he looks up at you and says, "I take it then you brought him here not just to mourn, but in the hopes of returning your friend?"
It's a bit of a
Possible.
complex situation, but just say it is, we can't really afford them to be off right now.
A lot has changed in the past 10 years. We're here for once, which is a rarity that we are trying to solve and not be on this plane anymore. The existence of the pale tree in your world, while seemingly beautiful, is incredibly dangerous. Should anything happen to this tree, not just all Sylvari who populate your world, but the majority of anything with roots could be wiped off existence, which means that the world would be a very different and darker place. We have spent the last 10 years trying to figure out how to stop this. If you had come to us before that, we would have had no issues bringing back my friend. As I said, we live a long enough time, and there's plenty of us. We are used to dying. Regrowth now has become a lot harder. I've had to say goodbye to a lot of friends and some family because we were unable to do this, but with all of you, I sense a connection. If you are willing to help and maybe sacrifice something of yourselves potentially, or at least risk yourselves, I think we could attempt to bring him back.
What do you need?
I knew Cecil when they were young and sickly and, to be honest, pretty useless. But I know they've gotten a lot better. No, I can provide the memories of their past, but in order to complete a resurrection ritual, we need as close to the most recent memories as possible from all of you, if you've been traveling with them. Just the memory of how they were, what they were like, how they thought, how they talked, how they acted. All of that will be able to ensure that we bring back the right soul and put it in the right body. Imagine it now.
Oh, well, that might not be too hard for at least the four of us to give, right?
What
Would we?
part's the
Is it
risk then?
like? Yeah, is it like a permanent sack? Like, do we lose the memories?
No, nothing like that. Imagine it as if you were a ship sailing in a misty night. I, as the captain, would know roughly where we're going, but would need a full crew in order to make sure that we don't hit rocks and we don't, crash into or go the wrong direction. You would be my eyes to be able to guide us to the right area. Now, if a ship hits rocks, it doesn't sink the first time normally, but it could cause some damage. This that we're doing, especially in this time, the world where souls go when they're dead, seems to be a lot closer, but a lot more risky to fend. That's why resurrections don't happen much anymore. I can try, and with your guidance will help, but I just can't guarantee it will be a safe journey. Permanent damage is unlikely, but risk is always apparent with these rituals.
Nothing I'm not willing to give. Just tell us how we can begin.
You look somewhat tired after your climb, but look fresh and healthy. If there's nothing else that you wish to tell me, we could start with haste. Or we can rest for the night and you could enjoy some hospitalities and we can do this in the morning.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to know any other Sylvari in this Feywilds, would you?
We are all over. This, the core that are here in this grove, we come from our original plane of existence, where we are sworn to defend the Pale Tree. We now are here to try and discover a way to bring the tree back home, or at least the part of it that's here. And so we don't leave the grove, but Sylvari are stillborn and still journey around. As you know, with Cecil, there may be some coming around. Do you have any in particular you're looking for?
Yeah. Say there was a certain Sylvari clad in dark armor, and he was trying to find your grove. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I see you've met the Nightmare Court.
The Nightmare Court.
I'm not sure how much Cecil has told you about our culture, but on a very high level, we come from a land of dreams. When we eventually pass away, we return to the land of dreams and can be reincarnated from that. All this power stems, he points behind him at this enormous tree that's sort of like pulsating, from the Pale Tree. That is what provides Dream its stability and its growth. There are some who believe that that is not the only way. We are a peaceful people. We live to dream and to curious and want to explore. But there are some that believe that due to our strengths and due to our abilities to come back and our numbers, that maybe we should do more than explore. Maybe we should rule. They were exiled from our court thousands of years ago, and have started rebuilding and have always tried to be a thorn in our side very much. If they were to try, they've been trying to get back into Dream to destroy the Pale Tree for as long as possible, because destroying that would allow them to rise even stronger. They believe in pain, suffering, in strength over wisdom, and in authoritarianism, in an iron fist of Sylvari being in charge, as we are the more superior race due to certain things. If you met one of them and lived, you are incredibly lucky. We're safe here, luckily. No one can find us from here, but it would be incredibly bad were they to come here.
Yes.
I mean,
Very
we
bad.
found you.
Only by the lettering that we gave, and this is actually magical lettering, so people can only read this if it is willingly given. So hopefully, you didn't willingly give the map to any evil people. That would be. We hope at least we trust our own to not do something like that, and thus the grove is
Yes.
safe.
You
Well,
can trust us, yes.
from the descriptions you were giving, I will give you this: that Cecil's spirit is certainly not in a land of dreams, as you describe it. Is that going to cause an issue?
I don't know. We've noticed that, hence reincarnation becoming harder and harder, that our brothers and sisters who would normally return to dream have been trapped somewhere else. If Cecil is the same, maybe this could be a good experiment to try and find if we can bring them back.
In the back we shall.
Nico is gonna
Um,
give Ransom a knowing look, and it's gonna be like, it's your call if you want to tell him or not. Otherwise, it's your call. Because ultimately, if we do bring Cecil back, no issue.
Okay, Ransom like kind of wants to tell him.
All yours.
Can we? Oh.
He looks at you and says, "So, is time of the essence? Should we begin the ritual now? The ritual itself would probably take a full. Well, no, in the old days, it used to only take a few hours. We can probably see this being an 8-hour, a full day process. So the sooner we start, the better. But obviously, there is no rush. Luckily,
I feel like starting right away would be for the best.
Yeah.
In the back of the group, Delphine is just thinking to herself, damn, this group is like a group of kids with their hands caught in a fucking cookie jar right now. God damn.
it's also like you're just covered in cookie crumbs, and someone is like, "I'm running out of cookies," and you're like, "Yeah." It
Like,
would
I don't know where
really
they went.
suck if cookies were taken somehow.
Listen,
Anyway.
in this analogy, Ransom's the one that's covered in cookies. I'm at least trying to keep the subject on. Wow, what happened to the jar?
Yeah. Okay. Bronwyn looks and says, "If we start, we must start now. If we
And,
want to do
like,
this before
just a
night falls."
little personal question. You don't have to answer, but like when we were supplying memories to Cecil, do we have to give like how relationships, like how truthful do we have to be?
I'm not requiring anything to be taken from you. All I'm requiring is that you can point me in the right direction, and your memories will help with that.
Also, Bronwyn, hypothetically speaking, if we had pretty much their entire life up to a certain point, in our memories, would that make this any easier?
I don't understand what you mean.
Like if we
Didn't brief
if
my
we
dad
pretty
about
much
that one.
had all the same memories and experiences as Cecil, would that make the process easier?
You feel a detect thoughts pushing in the back of your head, and Bronwyn asks, "Can I, with your permission, delve deeper and try and see what you mean?
He's so
See, it's a
polite.
risk because it's Tovar specifically, but you know what?
You're gonna have to do a wisdom save either way, but you can choose to fail. Is the point?
No, it's their choice to go down that can of worms. So go for it.
Their eyes sort of glow a bright green, and suddenly, for like 2 minutes, they're like, and then break off and go, I see. They look at you, Tovar, with sort of like a sad face and just like, look, I'm truly sorry for what you go through.
It's all the more reason why I want to make sure Cecil's back safely.
Very well. This changes things. We should start this now, and in the next 2 hours, I could have your friend here.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Love to see it.
He looks around like someone runs over. He mutters, "It's like, do not disturb us. No one or nothing can break this the ritual. We must be alone, and we must have, security for the process of this time. Keep watch." They nod, run away, and
Would you want any of us to protect them? Add to security?
so
Yeah, Delphine will raise their hand.
Yes.
Be like, I don't know this fella too well, this friend of theirs. I'm merely here as backup, so I will not be any help during this reincarnation process. If you'd like for me to reinforce some things, I'd be glad to go do that.
yeah, you can go and keep watch. I think that probably makes the most sense. We'll have it will be like a circle. Actually, we'll do it a little bit further up. You pull a circle of around Cecil's body. You see a glowing light begin to spin around all of you within the circle. Delphine, you standing here can see the entrance to both like the main grove where there, people are standing guard, and you see the you can see the entrance to the tree. Light begins to fill this circle. All of you in the original crew, so that is Ransom, Tovar, Nico, and Auric, all begin to float in the air, and a silvery line of feels like soul energy goes above Cecil, and Cecil's body also begins to float. Bronwyn looks at Moors and holds out his hand and says, with most recent memories, even in a not as friendly way, you can help me guide. And he holds out his hand to you.
Take his hand.
He touches his hand, touches onto Cecil's body. The second Cecil's body is touched, this bright white, like healing light turns black. Flames begin to crack. The floor that you're standing on begins to turn into ash.
No.
Not good. That's not good.
And we are going to take a 10-minute break.
Oh, God, Bryce.
I thought we were getting our friend back.
Make-
Oh.
I'm nervous.
Well,
oh
you can
shit! I was supposed to. Oh.
you can
yeah.
keep picking that spell because
All really goes
as
to shit.
I think I'm
this
excited.
this everyone starts growing. Delphine, you see black smoke whip up, block everyone from there in just a dome of what feels and smells like hellfire.
Well, shit. Just
Okay,
that's
it's
it.
just a portal
Well,
to hell.
shit.
Okay.
Now, Cecil, you wake up
Oh, God.
as you've woken up every day for the past 6 months in some
I was.
sort
months.
of barely ramshackled hovel. Looking around you, you see the familiar plains of acrid, flaming rock that you have. What do you call home right now? You have an affectionate name for the absolute shithole that you live in right now?
Yeah, it's the absolute shithole that I live in right now. I think that's what I'd call it.
Perfect. For the past 5 months, coming on 6 months, you have, since jumping through that portal, escaping Asmodeus, you found yourself in an endless plane of torment. There are screams in every direction. If you're unlucky, maybe you'll see where they come from. If you're lucky, you don't see anyone during the day. Your first few months you spent trying to get out, trying to find a way, but the further you walk, the more tired you get, and it feels like everything is looping. The same broken down farm that you can, sleep the night in the barn. Every now and then there's an underground cavern that might have some water, but just before you get there, it evaporates away. About 2 months ago, things changed. You started feeling that you were being watched. And about 1 month ago, you realized you were being chased. Even now, as you wake up from the hour-long nap that you're used to getting every couple of days in order to even barely function, you hear it. You hear the roars of what you can only imagine is one of Asmodeus's private, essentially hitmen. As you wake up and do what you do every day, try and survive, try and hide, give me a perception check.
Oh god. Okay. Should I do this with physical dice? Let's try it. Let's try it. Oh god. That's not good. That's an 11. Just a fun 11. Not off to a good start.
Give me a stealth check.
Oh shit. I'm not doing this one with physical dice.
Bearing in mind, all of these are with disadvantage. Because you're exhausted.
Well, I don't think that's gonna get worse. Okay, well. Yeah, but this ain't
Same
going
for the
well.
perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, 11 and a 6. Something feels different. You feel something for the first time. You're used to your, not skin, but what your bark, your top layer of your body is dry and cracking and even causes you pain with every step, every movement, every crack of a bone. But you start to feel a memory of a better time, and your body imperceptibly feels better. As you look around, about 500-600 feet away, you start to see a small green patch, grass, something actually alive, forming in front of you. With that stealth check, though, as you pop out, so excited to see this change, you don't notice the... You've seen this monster before. It stands around 12 feet tall. Huge black wings, enormous horns, blood red skin, holding a flaming whip and a sword of pure lightning. This is the being that has been chasing you, and it has caught your scent. You hear a roar, and as you look about 200 feet away from the sky, smashes down and lands a Balor of Asmodeus. What do you do?
Where's the grass?
About 500
He's
feet ahead of
behind
you.
him?
Yeah.
But I have to run past him, or can I book it behind him?
Nope, it's behind you. It's here, you're here, grass is here. So you can run that way.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Should I have... Where should my hit points be? Where should my spell slots be? And, like, my features? Where should that all be at
You
this
can have
point?
all of your spells back. You have not had a chance to have a long rest, but you will have any of the spells that you have, and I will say you're probably on about 10 HP.
Funky fresh.
Do you start running?
Thinking about it.
The Balor
I think I...
screams, begins to, like, step up like a bull, and charges towards you.
I'm casting Long Strider and running then.
Go for
So I
it.
get an extra 10 feet of movement to help me, like, get there, I'm hoping.
You
What do I
run.
have to roll? Yeah, I'm running.
As
With
you
Long
begin
Strider.
as you begin to run, you start to feel the very ground below you shaking, cracks chasing you, coming and emanating from the hunter that has finally, after months, found his prey. You slipped up, but there is hope. Those of you that are in the ritual, Tovar, Nico, Ransom, and Moors, you see this happening. As you begin to fly, your consciousness is thrown down, through the grass, through the ground, through the earth, and into this fiery abyss. You look around and see a endless plane of brimstone, fire, and thunder. We'll start... Oh, go. You wanted to say something, Tovar?
Yeah, should we be seeing this? Because I'm still on the
No,
Grove map.
it's incredibly hard to see this. So the map doesn't exist. So
Got it.
we'll start with Ransom. You seeing this, you hear Bronwyn whisper in your minds, focus. Think of your first memory. I need to find Cecil. Ransom, give me a history check with advantage as you begin to try and remember the first time you met your friend.
Should have taken the luck feat.
11 is good enough. You think back and you remember being saved last minute from a con gone wrong by a mysterious stranger. You think through all of the times that you spent together. You think of the loving times, laughing and sharing, you know, the money that you scammed into a hot meal, sharing it with yourselves, sharing it with people in need. You remember the good times, and as you feel that, you feel a pulse coming from a direction. All of you in this one moment move over and begin to beeline onto that pulse. Next up, Tovar. Same thing. Bronwyn whispers in your brain. We know where they are. I need you to remember what they look like so I can find the right body. Again, roll me a history check with advantage to conjure in your mind the most accurate image you can of Cecil.
I mean, their body is right there.
You can't see anything now.
Oh.
14. You remember the times you fought with them. You remember seeing quite often them laying prone on fire in some way or another. You remember the flaming skull firing over, but the memory that you pause on is the memory of all of you fighting at the Forge of Souls. You looking round and seeing every single person staring at this open gate and Cecil being the first to step through. As you remember that image of Cecil with light shining behind them just before they step through, all of you begin to zoom in and see this scene before you. You see Cecil, or what looks like Cecil, a bedraggled, burnt, stained body that looks like it has been through hell, and maybe it has. About 200 feet away from a now blossoming circle with like daisies and vines, and there's even a little critter, like a little squirrel critter, holding its hand, being like, "Cecil, we've got you!" As they're running, and behind them, not only 50 feet, you see a fiery whip being thrown out. Nico, you feel a chance to defend against this. I'll let you choose how you want to defend, but you feel that you can make an impact on this moment. What do you do?
Can I do anything physically? Like,
You can try.
how far away is this, Baylor? Aelor?
Baylor.
Baylor. And how far away is Cecil from me?
You are essentially viewing this almost from like a bird's eye view, like floating around. You feel that space is not really a concern for you right now. You are everywhere and only in this one point at the same time. If you wanted to do something physical, maybe the exact thing wouldn't happen, but you feel like you could have an impact of something.
Okay. So I can go down there and interact then.
You can try it, yeah.
All right. I am going to dive down at the Baylor and does it have a tail? I don't know.
It doesn't have a tail, no. It has big horns. It has huge wings, though, if you wanted to grab hold of something.
Yeah, sure. I'll like fly down and I'll try to grab its wings with a mighty yell. And not wings, its horn, and I'll try to drag it down and slow it.
Okay, you power down. You feel your body isn't doing this. It's more your soul and your energy firing downwards, and a bolt of power slams into this Baylor. Cecil, you hear a yell behind you, and as you're sprinting, glancing around, you see a golden light that looks like Nico with a flaming hand where his hand normally would be, like grasping onto the head of this Baylor, like pulling it back with all of its might. Nico, give me... You can do... we're going to do opposed here, but you can do strength, athletics, acrobatics, some form of strength-based thing, whatever you want to do.
This is us. So athletic?
You can do athletics if you want to do athletics. 19. This thing, I was expecting you to help. This thing has a plus 14 to athletics and rolled a 2.
No.
Hey!
You,
Hey!
with the might of like combining your physical strength with this magical energy, put almost the weight of like a sun on this thing as it sinks into the ground up to its ankles. And Cecil, you feel the burning whip just trace down your back as it just misses you. Nico, you don't even take any damage at this point. You continue running forward. You are now about 100 feet away from this green area.
You mean me? Or Nico?
Yeah, Cecil.
Oh, shit.
As
Yeah,
you are
thank you.
sprinting
Okay.
forwards, Nico, you feel your physical body begin to disapparate and realize like that one powerful move managed to stop him just enough, but the Baylor rips itself out, is now about 100 feet away from you, but does one last launch forwards, turning into essentially a flaming bullet speeding towards you. Meryl, Moors, what's the name you go by now?
Mabel?
Mavel. Whatever you feel like at this time, Bronwyn squeezes your hand. He feels the memory of a fight, of some animosity happening between the two of you, and feels... What do you feel towards Cecil? Do you feel animosity? Do you feel...
Right now,
Yeah.
absolute, and they feel so guilty, and so they want to make things right. Like that's their mission in life right now, is to make things right and to let them know that they're sorry.
Cecil, you are now 40 feet away. The Baylor speeding by, reaches out to grasp. You feel claws on the back of your body. I need a dex save from you with disadvantage.
Oh, buddy.
DC
We
is
both know
going.
that's
DC is going
not
to
gonna
be
go well.
18.
Oh no! I can already tell you this isn't gonna go well.
Ross, 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 hear me out. Remember when I said I banked that pain?
You're not going to be able to do anything in this time.
Dang it. Okay, I had to try.
No, I get that. It's a 9. How much
I think
HP do you
Cecil's
have?
like 10. You said I have 10.
10. Okay.
I think Cecil's so shaken by seeing like something that could be familiar, and he feels pissed off in a way that how dare this fucking hellscape bring him some hope and then just take it away. He
You
feels very bad.
you feel a claw go through your chest. They get a +10 to their damage roll no matter what, so
Yeah,
you
okay.
go under and fall unconscious.
Woo!
Moors, you see
Sorry, guys.
barely like 10, 15 feet away, the body of Cecil raised up and about to be pulled back. Bronwyn squeezes your hand and says, "Now be as good a time as any to make up for what you did. Let's start making amends."
Yeah, come on, cast a moonbeam. Help me
You
out.
you feel a connection and an energy with the ground around, and you, Cecil, begin to see vines forming in the shape of a humanoid figure. Moors, you have a physical body that begins forming out of vines, a hair's breadth, a reach away from Cecil's body. What do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna give it all I got. I'm gonna cast. Cecil is very much unconscious at the moment, right?
Yes. Yep.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word at a 4th level.
As you do, you hold out your hand. Thin vines begin to reach from all of your fingers. You look to your side, and while you want to lift your other hand, you see a silvery ghost of Bronwyn who gives you a knowing nod. You let go, hold out your other hand, and these vines further come out, intertwine, and begin to wrap themselves around Cecil. You, Cecil, are brought back to 15 HP. You feel a warmth of natural energy swirling around you. You look and you glimpse you see Moors' true face, which is not a face you've seen before. Something that looks familiar yet different, and are yanked forwards with this monster still somewhat attached. Delphine, back, you start hearing yells and screams from the front entrance, and
Shit.
give me a perception check.
It decided to not go. Hang on.
No, I see an 8.
Oh,
I got an 8 there.
oh, never mind. I just did not scroll down. Hey guys, I can't see shit. It's okay.
So yeah, it's
We're
the
good.
skull, you know.
We're good. It is a school. The school doesn't help with perception. Like I don't know what you guys want from me.
So, I only wanted a 10, but you do
Hey,
not.
bud.
You do not see the giant, what looks like an asteroid, but fired from a catapult, flying down directly towards you. Those in the circle come back. You come back into the circle and you see Cecil's soul slowly entering their body. The minute it comes in, Cecil, you open your eyes, surrounded by your friends, surrounded by Bronwyn. And then immediately 2 things happen. The first thing that happens is a enormous claw reaches out from the ground and grabs Cecil's body.
Motherfucker.
A second claw then pulls open its, pushes itself up, and an enormous Baylor reaches from the ground and roars as people begin to run and scream. And at that very minute, you see a huge flaming rock smash down into the trees, explode, everything goes black, and you begin to fall.
That's not great.
We're
We
doing
don't want
great,
that.
guys.
Uh,
Oh, what the? Oh, shit.
this is great.
This I don't think
Hate
is
that.
great.
Do we take the damage from the rock, from the catapult, or the fall?
Oh yeah, you do.
Hey guys, Cecil's gonna
Oh,
die.
hey, at least the,
All
at
of
the
you,
Baylor's
Cecil's
guy-
dying again.
all of you, apart from Cecil, well, yeah,
Oh.
all of you, a few things are going to need to happen. You see in slow motion as these rocks smash into the larger trees around. One explodes as if magically imbued with some form of fire, and poof, shoot out across all of the trees, and they begin to fall down. You see Sylvari crushed. You see people barely hanging on. And as you fall, firstly, I want all of you to give me a dex saving throw.
Okay, I
Includes
just maxed out my
me
deck, so
with
here we
as
go.
Cecil and Delphine.
Yeah, Reese, you're going to need to do it twice.
Woohoo! Hey guys. Oh, is it gonna? I'll do them physically just so I can actually like say who's it's going
That's
as.
actually so
Is he so
sad.
slow?
Oh,
It was
so
advantage,
you're
right?
going to want a 14 or higher here.
Okay.
Can one of us, like,
I
if one of us had rolled high
just
enough,
took
can
a
we try to,
zillion.
like,
You
catch
just
Cecil?
can't catch a break.
Jesus, Ransom. You should have taken Lucky.
It's like a 6 for Cecil because he still has disadvantage.
Yeah.
He's not
Um,
very good at things.
Okay, so we're going to deal with the explosion of the first fire that hits you first. As this rock lands and explodes, a wave of flame flows through all of you. All those that failed take 20 points of fire damage, so all those under 40. All those that passed take 10. Cecil is untouched by the flame.
Oh, good. Oh wait, what was the DC?
14.
Oh,
Okay, so I only took how much?
10 if you
and then
passed.
he
Because
succeeded.
Ransom
Nice.
is within 10 feet of Delphine. Do they get a charisma bonus to the saving throw?
They would be considered the allies, so it's a +4, I think. Let me double check that.
That's a pass, if it is.
Oh.
It's
Not for
definitely
you,
at least a
unfortunately.
+4.
You still get 12.
I know it's
Yeah.
at least a +4, so you get that.
Okay. Then you only take half of that, Ransom. You only take 10.
Sweet.
As this
Love
flame,
to see it.
you slowly begin to see the world around you burning up and you fall. Does any of you have anything to slow down your fall?
The most Tovar could do is, if you'd allow it, maybe like try and catch himself on like a wall or something.
As you
Maybe.
begin to fall, you fall a long time. This is high up. All of you will have 3 chances to grab hold of something at increasingly difficult DCs. So you can roll something dexterity based, like an acrobatics or something like that, or a strength-based thing, like an athletics or a grapple or something like that. Or if you want to describe some tomfoolery of something else, you can try and do that. But the first, as you begin to fall down, the first DC is set at a 16. What do people want to do?
Well,
So this is just using a skill then.
A skill of some
Oh.
sorts. A skill, or if you want to like stab and try and grab hold of something, like you could try that. There's plenty of stuff you could try and do.
Could I theoretically, as Delphine, Misty step to the ground?
You'd have to wait until the last second to Misty Step, and that would be a reflex roll. So either a dexterity or a perception or something to do that at the right minute, if you wanted to do that, because it's only 30 foot, right?
So
Yeah.
okay,
So, you can explain it? Yeah.
Go.
okay. So this
Yeah,
is
Tovar
gonna be
first.
so how long of a fall is this gonna be? Like,
You're looking at comfortably, I don't know, say a mile.
Oh.
okay.
How many
so-
feet is
Okay, so spending these actions to buff myself up to
Like
tank it ain't gonna work.
6,000?
You'll take max falling damage if you land on this, which actually rules as written is only 20d6.
Uh-huh.
Oh
only
yeah, because
20
that's very
D6.
low.
Well, it could be.
it's
It's meant to be
25,000
per 10
feet.
feet, right? But like, even if it's 1,000 feet, it's still it caps out at 20d6.
Maybe
But
because that's potentially like 120 damage.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, what's going on?
That's-
Who's doing what?
Can I try
I was
to-
gonna.
Okay.
Oh,
Actually,
Yeah,
I'll tell you
sorry.
what. We'll roll initiative for this as you're
Yeah.
falling, and we'll try and make it a little bit more like actionable, because you might want to help someone that's going from around you. So let me just get rid of
Yeah.
all of these, and then go ahead
Oh,
and
sorry.
yeah, roll initiative.
Oh, that's right. I can do a
I
thing.
keep forgetting to select my turn.
That's okay.
Oh
Now,
my
did-
god, this is
Morse,
so
did-
cool.
did you roll with initiative?
Who?
Meryl.
Oh, I did. I just I forgot to click it, so I rolled it again to
Ah.
generate it.
You got 17 low, right? Oh, you're there. 1, 2.
Yeah, yeah.
That's everyone, right? Yeah. Okay.
I got 21.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I just counted the numbers and not the names, but there is Cecil and Delphine there. You got
Oh,
a
hey guys, I'm
21.
Here,
Was
so-
that? Sorry, Tovar. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And Ransom, you got a 23.
Only one of my highest deck
Well, I
Are
initiative
we-
rolls
twice
yet.
also.
Are we doing?
So I would take the 13,
No,
honestly.
we won't do
Okay.
Auric with this.
You wanna be lower in the initiative order, Ransom?
Well, I was just saying because I rolled twice to put myself
Oh.
back in the actual turn order, but I never selected my token. So. I
Oh,
don't know
you
if it
should actually
matters.
be on 13. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Tovar, you are falling.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna assume there's no like place to like grab onto nearby to like.
You're whizzing through essentially like the upper level of a forest. So there is like tree trunks that are falling, but there's also like branches in places. There is bushes and stuff happening.
Okay. No, I need you to tell me something about bags of holding.
Okay.
Can if I put myself in one, can I climb back out?
Yes. That's not
Okay.
going to stop you from... That's going to break the bag of holding if it lands. And that means you'll be thrown into the astral plane.
Or you could trust
Shit.
one of us to grab it before it falls.
Holy shit. Yeah, you could do that.
Jeez.
This bag?
Oh
Let's
god,
just
is
put all
Tovar
of
gonna
the
die
bag.
here?
No. Well, we're all gonna die here, man. You put your
Yeah.
biggest fall a mile.
You haven't even got to the battle bit at the bottom.
Why would you do this to us, Russ?
Because we can't have nice things,
what's the
guys.
condition
Caesar, you just come
of
back.
Valor Boy down here?
Sorry?
Well, what's going on with Valor Boy over here?
He's got wings. You see it
Oh,
flying,
So Cecil's floating down with them.
flying
That's so
down.
Great, guys.
Cecil, you're just plummeting as well.
Great,
But yeah,
great.
this Baylor is flying down. You can't quite see what else is at the bottom of this yet, but it looks like it's flying to something.
I genuinely don't know what to do.
You can try and make a
situation.
grab. You can try and there's tree trunks. You could try and like stick your claws out. You could try and stab into and hold on. You're moving, but you're not moving super fast just yet. The longer you wait, you have 3 turns. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be if you're going to grab hold of something because you're going to move faster and faster.
Okay. Then you know what? Someone should try to grab Cecil's body though, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Cecil is alive and awake.
Yeah, he is.
What the-
It also looks
So
like
it's a
Cecil's
question
body
of
is
what
fully
you-
on fire as well.
Interesting.
Hey guys, he's a comment right now. He still has exhaustion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't change with being revived.
Our shooting star. Okay.
Truly.
This is a very intense situation. Tober's just gonna fucking cling onto the walls. I would try to make a joke about how cats are immune to fall damage because they always
Land on their feet.
That's not the time. That's not the time.
You're going to cling onto the walls. You can give me any strength or any dexterity check to do that. DC is going to be 16.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, yikes.
You
yikes,
try and
yikes.
grab hold, and as you begin to fall, like just the moment you reach out, a branch flies from one of the other burning trees, smacks your hand away. You're going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and you start spinning away from that tree.
My claws, they're melted by the moth.
Yeah, you can't grip it enough because the tips of your fingers melted. Moors, that's you.
Okay. How close is Cecil to me right now as we're falling? Reachable?
Cecil is
Reachable distance?
lower. Cecil would probably be about 20 foot lower than all of you, and all of the rest of you are roughly similar.
He's dragged me down. He's dragged me to hell.
Yeah,
y'all.
you see it pulled and like threw you down, but is like flying down. It looks like trying to like
he's
wait
coming
for you.
after.
Well, it's
Oh,
underneath you now. He's
oh.
fast, but he like dragged through you and then is flying down. What you can assume could be to
Him.
wait.
I don't like him. Hey Ross, I don't like him.
Oh, okay. Where Cecil is at the moment, is there like a place to grab on, or as they're falling, would there be a place to grab on?
If you want to like pencil down and like,
I-
go
so
faster to grab hold of
I-
Cecil's body,
I have Dimension Door. I didn't know if I could Dimension Door myself 20 feet down to Cecil.
I would let you they're far enough that you can, with like your action this turn, like spin down and go to grab them in the air. And that wouldn't even require a roll. You could just hold them. And then if you wanted to Dimension Door, you can bring people with you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, that's your
I'm gonna. Yeah, and I can't do anything else. I just have to go and grab him.
you
Okay.
like falling down, flames starting to like fall, like cracking. You see some Sylvari just falling and like smacking against a tree trunk, like instantly dying. You're dodging through, managed to grab hold of Cecil in like a bear hug, and now you're both spinning downwards.
Do I take any fire damage?
No, luckily.
Okay.
Nico, that's you.
How far down is this Balor for me?
The Baylor is now, like, he's faster than you because he's being pushed by wings. If you wanted to, if you
I
had,
have Misty Step too. If I could close it by 30 feet.
I would say if you wanted to fly down at him, and you would use a Misty Step. What level is Misty Step?
Level 2.
Okay, and that's the highest spell slot you have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would let you go if you wanted to use a Misty Step to push. I imagine it more as like you Misty Stepping onto a tree, pushing off the tree to give you that like whoom push energy to like fire towards him for sure.
All right, I'll do that then.
Okay.
So I will cast Misty Step.
And what are you looking at doing? Do you want to grab hold of this Baylor? Or do you want to stab him? Do you just want to race him down?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to grab him so his speed is 0 and he starts plummeting with me.
Okay. You can make a... We're going to do opposed athletics. A grapple check. Jeez! That's a nat 20, right? Oh, no,
No,
that's
it's
an
18.
18.
18.
Still be pretty.
Again, this guy gets a plus 14, right? So there is a world where he beats you. It is not this world. He got a 27. My
God.
God.
Oh my god.
You all see Nico disappear, reappear. Like, this is like some,
Dragon
God.
Ball Z episode.
Literally, like a appears. He pushes off, firing, cracks the oak, like the wood, like splinters where he pushes off, flies towards this Baylor. As you grab their wings, bring it on into itself so it can't move, and you both begin to plummet even faster with the Baylor unable to move.
And the last thing I'm going to say is, we're not done here.
Holy fuck. Ransom.
Don't worry, guys. I have a plan. It only helps me, but it's a plan. So Ransom has his little nifty prehensile tail, which allows him to both hang and can do actions.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if, with my prehensile tail as an assisting device, I can like latch on to something a little easier.
Okay. I like that idea, and I will allow you advantage on a roll. You can do the same. You're trying to grab hold of something passing by, so you can give me some form of dexterity roll. Either flat dexterity, you can give me an acrobatics, whatever you want to do from there, or a strength roll of sorts with advantage to grab hold of this. DC is 16.
Fantastic.
19 will do it. You reach
Heck
out, manage to grab hold of one, like there's still one of the trees that hasn't fallen down, has got like a thicker branch. With your momentum, you like spin round like a cart, like a Catherine wheel, land on the top. You are now safe. You can spend your next 2 turns just climbing down safely, or you can try and help your friends. Delphine, that's you.
Oh god. Oh fuck. Okay.
You know what? If Ransom can do it, you can do it.
I'm just thinking.
Come on.
Roll.
I'm thinking so hard.
You roll me an insight check real quick.
Oh Jesus! For what, Ross? It's gonna be a 13.
You feel pulsating from Alquam fear. Not at the space that you are in, at the thing that you're doing right now, but at the thing that you brought through. You feel an unadulterated fear towards that Baylor that you have never felt Alquam ever do before.
Ross,
Yes.
I was looking through my features and traits, and I realized I have evasion, and so I have, if I succeeded on that saving throw earlier, I take
I was
no
wondering about
damage.
that, yeah.
There you go. Holy shit. Okay.
So, yeah, that's all.
Lucky you. Delphine, what you doing?
How far is Tree Boy from Delphine, because I think that feeling that fear from Alquam, she knows that is something she should not maybe touch right now, so she's going to prioritize something else. And
So-
probably going to prioritize
Cecil?
probably going to prioritize getting the victim down to the
Okay.
ground.
You also see, you see Moors holding on to Cecil as they spin downwards. You are probably a similar speed away. So if you wanted to use your full action to meet with them in the air to pine wheel down, I'd let you do that. If there's a spell you want to cast on them from here, though, you can also try and do that.
So what I'm wanting to do is I can use my action to get to the body.
Yep.
And then I want to continuously be using Misty Step to teleport us down 30 feet every round, is what I'm wanting to do.
That won't work. You're thousands of feet up at the moment, say 1,000 feet. You don't have enough spells to Misty Step like that. If you wanted to Misty Step, what you would need to do is wait till you are 30 feet from the floor and then Misty Step up to arrest your movement and then just full 30 foot. Or you could try and stabilize with the three of you, with 3 people in one area. You'd use your action to get to them, but next round, you would all be able to help each other. Or even, you don't know this, but Moors has, you could help. There might be spells that others could help with or something.
I was gonna ask, by the way, how does momentum work in the D&D world? Because if you teleport up 30 feet, do you suddenly only have the speed of being 30 feet in the air, or?
Yes.
Because I don't think there's even an official rule for this.
I believe that the way it works is that you fall 50 feet around.
Yeah, momentum is weird, and I don't have the math brain for it, so I will allow, if you're gonna be doing this, then you're if you wanted to Misty Step up, what I'm saying is it's the risk of doing it at the right time, but if you do it, that will arrest your momentum. And I think you fall 300 feet a turn, I think, when you're falling. But that's the speed you're falling here anyway. So
Oh Jesus.
it's fast, yeah. So Delphine, what's the plan?
I think.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
500
I'm gonna
feet
go
a
over to
turn.
them at
Holy
a
shit.
stable.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over. We'll make a little daisy chain. We'll stabilize, and then in my head, I know that the connection between Alcom has been really weak, but I'm just gonna say, if you want me out of this safe, we're gonna need some fucking help.
Cool. Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage. As you fall.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Okay.
I like to think of them the 3 of them just falling
goals.
like those synchronized swimmers or whatever they're called when they're
Oh,
skydiving.
out like that,
Yeah.
making
Christ
little
in
things.
hell.
Oh, you got a nat 1. Okay, you don't hear anything back from Alcom.
Yeah, I sure did.
Cecil.
Just in my head, you motherfucker. Ah, shit. I have to do. No, I have to go twice in a row. I only thought about one thing, Ross.
Cecil, you feel yourself being grabbed by both Meryl and this random bone monster.
Two people that I don't know.
You don't know Meryl.
Oh
either.
shit, you don't know what they look like! Just 2 randoms grab you. You can also, if you wanted to, hold your action and do the help action on one of these other 2. Because you're going to be rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah, I sure am. I do have a question. Windwall says that lightweight materials brought into the wall can fly up. Would any of us count as a lightweight material with us
Maybe-
going in the
Maybe
air?
ransom?
Safe. Ransom's plan was an excellent plan.
Listen, I have a thing that I can do for Cecil. It's kind of gonna fuck over the plan that Meryl had, but I I could also gaseous form myself, and I'd be fine.
Listen, if you wanna save Cecil, I'll go for Delphine because at the moment I'm leaving them to rot.
Dimension Door, you can take more than one person, I'm pretty sure. You're just
I can
purposely
take-
leaving
I
them.
No,
can
you
take
can
one
one.
Oh, it is
other
only
person
one.
with me.
Okay.
One other person.
So, Cecil, if you wanted to cast
You know,
the
okay.
wind thing, I wouldn't let it stop you, but I would let it slow you down. So what that would mean is I would let you have advantage on any other checks that everyone is doing. I would let you like blow a wind up to essentially slow people down, so they would all get advantages if they want to try and grab things. Or you can care about yourself and you can just gaseous form, in which case you're just fine.
Well, here's the thing. Because it says when the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a strength saving throw or damage. So I don't. It might hurt us too. I don't think I can use this passively, can I?
I would let you use it. You're like spreading this out so much and you're falling so fast. Like that's on if you're standing still, it buffets you. This is essentially just trying to somewhat affect you falling. It's not going to be enough to stop you from falling, which means it shouldn't cause damage to you.
Then, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast Wind Wall so that way I can hopefully like slow us down. Looking at the two fucking like weirdos that I don't know, I'm just like, you better be fucking allies, otherwise I'm gonna lose my shit when I get down to the ground. God. Cast the Wind Wall.
Wind wall. Okay, perfect. Tovar, that's back to you. You feel a strong wind slowing you down slightly. So if you want to do another grab or anything, while the DC has now gone up to 17, you will have advantage on any roll you want to make.
Okay. I'll save anything stupid / last resorting for the third round. For now, I'm just gonna try and do my grabbing out a wall move again.
Go for it.
Only you had a prehensile tail.
18!
Hey.
This time, you use the non-acidy hand and manage to, like, as you're clawing down, like, your fingernails, like, claws manage to just grip in, slow yourself, and you're sort of, like, hanging from the side of this wall, like, just managing to get, to stop yourself in time. You can use your next turn to safely drop, like, to climb down. Like, you begin to, like, drop, grab, so you can jump down in the right speed.
Okay.
Whew. Moz, that's you.
How many feet away from the ground?
You're now about 5. Well, what are we? I'm gonna say if we're hitting the bottom there, this is the top. So you're like 700, 800 feet from the ground, like, and falling. But by the end of this round, so by Cecil's turn, you'll be 500 feet.
500 feet. Okay, I'm gonna hold my action till we reach the 500 like about limit. And then once we reach that mark, I'm gonna cast Dimension Door on me and Cecil
And you're gonna
before
take Cecil with you.
before anything. I'm gonna, well, as we're falling, I go, Cecil, it's Meryl, don't freak out. And then I turn to Delphine and go, Delphine, no hard feelings, right? And then in a couple seconds, I'll Dimension Door and leave them.
Sheesh.
Thumbs up from Delphine.
Okay.
We need
He's
to
like
write
focus on
Delphine
other
out
things.
somehow. So.
Nico, go for it.
I wish I could hear this conversation, but yeah,
You just hear
Um,
screams and yelling from this Baylor as it is trying to, like, whip you, but whipping someone on you is really fucking hard, so it keeps missing and not being able to grab you as you both are
I also imagine
plummeting.
we're like tumbling through the air, like very like
Just
unceremonious.
there's like lightning flying. Yeah.
Go
Well,
for the pile driver, Nico.
unless I can do something with my, I don't know how to describe it, but like, can I hold his wings with my legs so I have a free arm? Because I don't need my legs technically because we're flying through the air.
Excuse me, you can squeeze. Yeah, fuck it. You rolled a 30 in your athletics check. I'm gonna let you do that.
Okay. I guess I'll get started early and start chipping away at his health.
You just want to like plunge down and stab him?
Yeah.
Jeez, where you're at, I will give you advantage on that attack.
How does booming blade work? Because
Isn't it if he steps away from you?
It's if the enemy moves at all, right?
Is it if they move at all?
It's
I
if,
think
it's
if
if
they
they
move away
move if
from
they
you.
move willingly. Never mind.
Willingly, yeah.
Yeah, so no. Booming Blade wouldn't affect them.
Okay, I'll just attack then.
Jesus. Okay. Roll your attack with advantage.
Well,
A 12 misses as you try and stab down, but like you're like gripping his wings in between your legs. He's just like "Rah!" like flipping up and just like you graze, but you like cut through and it's like thick flesh and you don't manage to draw any blood or get any real cuts in.
okay, second attack. 26?
26 does hit, and you go down for a second stab, 10 damage. You hear a yell of pain as you manage to break through this thick hide.
Alright. I only have a bonus action.
I'd give you a bonus
Can
action because
I-
you're on him, so...
No,
yeah.
no, wait, I already used my bonus action because that's how I did the second attack. So I'm
Oh,
good
right, yeah. Okay. Ransom, you're climbing down pretty comfortably. If you want to do something to help anyone else, though, you can.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
If you
I
want to use your action,
got much.
I would let you go down faster and essentially hit the ground before everyone else, so you could get to the floor.
Let me hang on. Give me un momento, por favor.
For sure.
Okay, what would that? Okay, that compared to casting Expeditious Retreat, what would let me hit the ground faster?
If you want to cast something, let me just check Expeditious Retreat. Jesus. Yeah. You know what? I'd let you hit the ground this turn with that. You just become a
Okay.
blur and like Naruto run down the tree itself with the speed that you have and manage to land.
Then I will do that.
Ransom, you land right here at the base
Rogue
of...
already. Sorry. Can't rogues already dash as a bonus action?
Yeah, as a cunning action, they can. I'll let you, if you want to cast something, I'll let you run faster. So, that's fine. If that works?
Yeah.
Okay. So you land down, looking around you, you see flaming, like, rock, like, they look like natural formed meteorites. You look around and you see Sylvari in various damage, burning, screaming, and then you see from the smoke to the south, out comes a series of dark Sylvari walking forwards menacingly. You see a group of warriors led by that very same leader with a smug-looking smile. He looks at you from afar. You see, like, a little wink, a little nod of the head, and they begin to slowly walk forwards to some of the, like, dying and dead Sylvari on the floor. Delphine.
Okay. You remember how you said I could do a reactionary roll, like to try and actually do Misty Step successfully when
Yep.
I get closer to the ground.
That would be on the
No.
third round that you would do it. So next round you could do that.
Would the DC for that be higher than just trying to grab something now?
No. So if you want to grab something now, the DC currently is 17 of a strength or a dexterity or something like that. If you want to do a Misty Step, it's a brain thing. So I would, a wisdom or an intelligence based skill, I would let you do. And I would say it would only be a DC of 13.
Oh, buddy, that's not good because I don't have good for either wisdom or intelligence, being entirely honest with you.
Your spellcasting modifier is charisma, actually, right?
Yeah.
I'd let you do a charisma
So
check
would
then.
I just Jesus Christ.
You can do both as well.
I'm
Like
gonna
you can
try-
try
I'm
and spend
gonna-
this turn to grab onto something, and if it fails, then you'll
True,
one turn
okay,
left.
I think I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna try and grab onto something this turn.
You can also give me
Yes.
another persuasion check for Alcon.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, fuck. Shit, there's too many
Sorry,
things
just
to think
all
Falling
the
and
about.
try to
dice.
start a conversation.
That one's oh, that's becomes a 20 this time.
20, is that, what's that for?
You said the persuasion check.
That's the persuasion.
Persuasion check.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then do your whatever strength, dexterity you want
Okay.
to try and grab hold of something.
All right, I'll do athletics. And do I, with the wind wall, do
You
I
get advantage.
to use the advantage? Okay. Please, for the love of God. Okay, 15 plus 8. That's a thing.
That hits. You smash your hand through the bark of this tree, and as you're falling, it's just like splitting as you're falling. Your armor is protecting your arm, and you slow down just above like the area and can start making your way down safely. You, at that point, looking around you, see trees burning. You feel that safe essence ebbing away. And with that, you hear Alquam in your head for the first time in a while, screaming, "Run, you idiot! Get out of there! That thing will kill you!"
I don't know if I can.
You don't owe these
Help.
people anything. Say the name, I can get you out of here.
What are you gonna do?
We can fly out of this place. We can teleport. We can do something. I will think, but do not fight that thing. It will kill you. And then my hope of coming to this godforsaken world will be split again. It is not worth it.
Oh, is this gonna be too long for one round to try and have a conversation with
You can
him?
talk a little bit. You've stopped, right?
Yeah. I'll calm. I lost my friends, and these people in no way are my friends, but I'm feeling a little bloodthirsty. Aquam, you wanna come into this world, don't you?
With a 20 persuasion, you feel no words, but you feel a peak of interest. You know that the sacrifice that it would take to bring a greater demon into this world, and he has been bugging you for it for a long time.
You let me help them. I'll do it.
Let me be very clear. This would be it for you. Your soul, well, my soul now. There would be no coming back. I'm true to my word. I'll help your useless little friends, but know that after this battle, they're done. And I don't need you anymore. I can find my own way.
I think that Delphine has a moment in their head where they just think back to the thing that happened a couple seconds ago, where it was clear that there was a choice. And even that if they didn't have any expectations, their expectations were disappointed. And they feel empty. It feels like they lost something again. And she says to Aquam, I don't got much left, Aquam. Take it.
And we will move to Cecil. At that point, we hit 500 feet. Moors, you're doing Dimension Door down to the bottom, is that right?
Yes.
Holding on to Cecil so that both of you go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
If Cecil's a willing person.
What does your Dimension Door look like? Like, what's your magic? Oh, go, Cecil.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
you're fine.
It's probably very shadowy, very like dark. I imagine because they learned most of their magic while they were in Shadowfell.
Mhm.
So I imagine it's very characteristic of that.
Okay. Cecil, are you willing?
Yes. I look at this person who's claiming to be Meryl, and I'm like, I swear to God, if you're lying right now, then I'm gonna cry. I hope you know this.
Cecil, shut up! And I dimension door us.
Meryl, you throw out this shadowy blackness that forms a door just below you. You both fall through, and falling downwards this way, a door opens straight the other way. You tumble out on the ground over, like, here. Looking up, you see the Baylor and Nico falling directly down. You look around you and see flames and see dying Sylvari. You look up, see the dark Sylvari walking towards you. Cecil, you still have an action.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. There's so many things to do, Ross. I see them coming towards us? Like
You look up and
Sylvari?
recognize members of a nightmare court that should not be here in any way, shape, or form. And look up. Roll me a history check with advantage.
Ah. It's not amazing. It's gonna be 13.
You only needed a 10.
Hey.
That leading is someone called Crofton Arwen. They are a zealot, essentially a religious zealot of the Nightmare Court, have been known to lead an incredibly vicious sect, and this is one of the names of import that all Sylvari are told of when being taught about the Nightmare Court. This is not a good person, and they are incredibly dangerous.
What?
Oh. Ooh. I was gonna try and do Earthbind on the flying guy, but I don't think that would go well for me. So I'm gonna try that because he'd have to only beat a 16.
You'd have to roll a 2 or higher for that.
Yeah, basically. I'm going to actually cast Erupting Earth then. That's 120 feet and it's 20 feet cube.
20 feet
I'm
cube?
gonna cast it, yeah. I'm gonna cast it centered, kind of. I want to make this general area. Like, I'm centering it on him. I want to make the general area harder for him to navigate.
Okay. This is a
And
20-foot
needs to
cube,
make-
so you put it like what, like here, I guess, just over him.
Yeah. Or actually, no, I'm gonna, like, I want it to be... Like, I want him to be on the edge of it so I can get more space ahead of him that
Oh.
he has to spend time walking through.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity
What's the
saving
called?
throw.
It's erupting earth.
He got a 14.
Okay, he takes the full 21 damage then.
Jeez. Okay.
And the area is
I've never
difficult
seen
to
a
read now.
blue number before.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why it's blue.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, because part of it was I guess.
So cool. It's a
I had a
max roll
crit
and a
and I
minimum
had a-
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Nice.
They made it blue. That's fun. Yeah, that's difficult terrain for him now.
You see this
Anyway.
eruption, like, go up. What normally would be somewhat nature-based is a fiery, ashen roots explode around, and this guy, like, falls backwards and yells in pain. Tovar, that is you, final round before hitting the ground. You are safe. You can make your way down, but is there anything you want to do?
Wait, I'm sorry, Ross. Did I have movement too, or no?
No, not
So I've
yet,
reached the
because
ground
you've
at this
landed.
point, right?
I'll say you just land over here, the same as with Ransom, down this, like, main tree.
Okay. So when he finally reaches the ground and takes that moment to like get over the experience of being in free fall, he looks around to the burning hellscape that's around him now. Looks up at the demon, looks over to the nightmares, looks over at Cecil. Thank God that went right. And he just looks back over to the head nightmare guy, and he's just like, "Hey, just know that whatever bargaining chip you had over us is no longer on the table." And with that, he goes in the form of dread.
Jeez. You see just scars, burns begin to form all of the places that you've died before, readying yourself.
And then, kind of the fervor kick this guy after what Cecil did. Gonna from a personal favorite.
What have we got? Oh, Jesus. Oh, no! This is that thing where it just goes black, and then... You did this last time!
So
that's
that
a-
thing that ate glass stuff alive. That.
Yeah, jeez. Okay, so this is a 20-foot sphere. So it's that.
It was a 20-foot spear. Let's see. 20-foot radius spear, so 40 feet.
Oh my god. Okay. Cool.
Also centered on him.
Okay.
So he's blind in even more difficult terrain if they stack.
I can't seem to grab that spear, so I don't know what happened to it, but there you go. Okay, so hang on. It is... And it's black as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so... It's actually like this. Like that. That's gonna go. My god, this is a mess.
Black hole.
Cool. It does that. Even more difficult terrain. And do they need to roll straight away, or is it when they start their turn in there?
This is for
Starts its turn, I think.
Starts its turn.
yeah. I believe it's like whenever they enter or start their turn.
Oh,
So
okay.
unless
If
you
it's
want to
20 if it's
count them
20-foot
being there when it
radius.
initially appears as them entering, then yeah.
It doesn't.
No.
Then
If
yeah,
it's
okay.
a 20-foot radius, shouldn't it be 8 by 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh shit.
It's not tall enough either, I think.
Yeah.
If Nico, if while you're fucking full Nelsoning this guy, if you could like pile drive him right into
Nope, I
that,
can't
that'd
hear
be
you.
awesome.
I can't hear you, man. You're
Uh,
way below me.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
But
God.
like,
Okay, it's like that. My God.
Might be
Okay.
stumbling around in the dark. Woo!
Meryl, you land.
Yeah,
You're here with Cecil. What do you do?
just chilling. What does Cecil look like right now? Are they completely on fire? Like, are we talking fire?
No, they
Or-
are not. They are now. They look like burning embers. They look like charcoal
Okay.
embers.
Okay, I can work with that. I'm gonna turn into them. I think. Just become them.
Okay.
It's a lot.
The
I
fuck?
understand.
The fuck is happening right now?
Miss Cecil, Cecil, I need you to be cool for like a couple minutes. Just
like
don't freak
always
out.
cool, but okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What's my action? Oh, I think I'm gonna. What's my action? I'm gonna healing word. I think Cecil. They look a little fucked. They do look very fucked.
I would hold off
are
on
they?
that.
Hold off. Okay.
Cecil, like
Oh boy.
when landing, basically
Mhm.
like with all of this world around them, like collapses down, and is gonna take another 2 levels of exhaustion from like the journey. So
Do I have 3
realistically,
in total?
realistically is going to be out of this fight.
Oh, God. Oh.
So you can still help them
Okay,
if you want, but
okay.
know that after this round,
They're not.
they're not
there's
going to be
no-
fighting.
Okay. Then
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna stand in front of them.
Okay.
Be Cecil.
Still
Have
be
a
Cecil. yeah.
talk.
British.
Hello. My name is Cecil.
Oh no.
What,
No,
chat?
no.
I'm very cool and very posh. Okay, we're good. All right.
All right. That's just fine, I guess.
I'll throw a bardic. No, there's no one close to me, is there?
Nope.
Well,
Hmm,
Tover's
it's
close
just-
enough. Is Tover close enough?
No, he's not six. Is he
Oh, it's on the
60
other
feet away?
side. 65 feet. I'll let you. I'll give a little bit of wiggle room.
Ransom!
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
Ransom! I'll throw bardic to Ransom.
Oh, Rantham isn't on the ground yet. I think the return hasn't happened.
he is.
No, yeah.
No, they are. They
Yes,
ran.
they
They Naruto ran down last one, so they're at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Heated.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Nico, you are spinning. Firstly, you're in control here, but you are still spinning viciously. So I'm going to ask for a raw luck check you're going to hit the ground first and then be able to do your action. You want, I will say, between 1 and 15. Oh, no, we'll do it the other way. So between 6 and 20, you land on top and you smash down, and that thing is going to take falling damage. Between 1 and 5, you're going to land on the bottom.
I was gonna say, would I have noticed that the Dark Sylvari gathering around and I try to steer the Balor? But obviously it's covered in a dark circle. So I
Yeah,
can't see
you'll
anyway.
see. You could spot that dark circle, but you are moving so incredibly fast that I don't think you have the ability to aim where you want to land.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
So you anything above a 5.
Above a 5?
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just a flat.
Yeah.
Hey.
You all on the floor see a comet land, like crash. Nico and this Balor like slam down, skid through the ground, like leaving just a huge gouge to the floor, fire streaming everywhere. You are like surfing this Balor as it crashes down, landing just outside this dark circle. It is going to take you slow down, so I'm gonna say let's say 15d6 damage.
Ooh, hello.
It takes 49 points of
Damn.
damage
Jesus.
as it boom is flattened. Doesn't look too phased by that. Still hurt, but you know is like ready to get up. But you're gonna have your turn, so you can. You're still on it.
Okay. Do I take any damage?
No, you're on top. You've managed to like pulse yourself and land on and buffer through him.
Okay. I think I'll be dramatic. I'm gonna. I guess I'm reeling from the fall. So I look up. I see all these Dark Sylvari around, and I'm gonna casually just step on the Baylor and then just a step off him. Ah, I see the party's finally arrived. I pull out my sword. Where's your boss, huh? And
You
I
can.
guess-
You can. No, you can't see at all through that black. Right? It's just.
yeah.
They draw their swords and ready to like launch at you.
Okay. And then I guess I'll turn back to the Baylor, but first, I am going to Booming Blade the Baylor.
Go for it.
25.
25 hits.
That is, oh man, that is 15 damage then.
Oh shit. Okay. And it's got booming blade.
Oh, do I get advantage too? Because
It's prone.
damage on the, yeah, because it's prone.
It's prone. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And I've put that little thing to remind me that it's booming bladed.
If you're prone, do you still get a chance to opportunity attack?
No.
No? Okay. This feels like a bad idea, but I'm gonna try it anyway to see if he moves. I'm gonna step away from him, and I'm gonna go to the closest Dark Sylvari. I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack it.
Okay, go for it.
Nat 1.
That does miss, unfortunately. As it, like, you're still a little shocked from that fall and just don't quite have the, like, power to throw that hit, and it just dodges out of the way.
Okay. And do you want to use the thundering booming blade damage if it moves on that roll, or do you want me to roll separately if it does move? Because, like, I know if you know the damage beforehand, it's kind of metagamey.
I think you roll it when it moves makes the most sense, probably.
Okay. And I will end my turn then.
Cool. Ransom, that's you.
Oh gosh. Let's see. How far am I? 55? Is Meryl close enough to that demon thingy for me to get pack tactics?
No. They've got to be next to it.
Oh,
Damn.
sorry about that. But I mean, it was prone anyway, so you would have.
Yeah, you're gonna have
yeah.
disadvantage if you try and shoot it because it's on the floor.
Oh.
What time of day is it?
It is also during the day. Although you are covered, so I don't know what the rules are because you're in shade.
It's me or the other thing, I think. Hang on.
Like, it's shady.
Yeah,
It's during the
me,
day,
my
but it's...
target- As long as me and the thing I'm trying to hit are in direct sunlight, I'm good.
Okay. You should be okay then.
Okay.
For now.
Right now.
I saw Tovar cast the giant spell of darkness, right?
Yep.
Am I able to shoot at where I last saw him? Ish?
You're gonna have... You're gonna have to shoot that with disadvantage, but I would let you fire. You're cool.
Could you reach the guy I'm next to?
I don't think not through the darkness.
It's not through though, is it?
And you have a 85
Yeah.
foot look at him.
Okay. Then maybe I'll do that. Maybe
for
I'll
it.
shoot that guy.
Go for it.
I get advantage, right?
Yep.
What's your bow range?
Oh yeah, is it a short bow?
It doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, 80
Yeah,
feet,
it's
you're
a
good.
short bow.
22 hits. You're all sneak attack.
Huh.
24 damage. Shit, no. This guy looks messed up. Just like arrow swishes by you, Nico, as it hits it like directly in the neck. It's like as like dark ichor starts like falling from his throat. He's looking pretty fucked up. Anything else from you,
Hey,
Ransom?
bonus action? Can I cast Dragon's Breath on myself?
Yeah,
Okay,
go for it.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Delphine.
Yeah. That's me.
You, as you begin to fall,
Fuck it up.
your brain, your mind enters into a inky blackness. You, as you stand there for the first time, seeing Alquam, the demon lord, master of night, standing in their full mastery in front of you. You see a enormous 15-20 foot tall bird-like creature hulked on all fours with a spiked tail, horns, and an evil-looking face with a beak with sharp teeth lining it, staring at you.
I think I get on one knee and just bow my head in anticipation, and I say to him, I'll never have to come out again, do I?
This is it. The body will be useful for me, at least. You can best hope that your brain won't stay. Although, it's been a while since I've done this, and it would be fun if your mind still got to see what I do to your friends, but, well, it's the risk you'll have to take.
But you promise they'll be safe for now?
For now, demons promise. I'll help them get out of this godforsaken mess. You can even come along with that bit.
I think that Delphine's body demeanor just slumps down in a bit of exhaustion. She's been going ham for the past 10 years, for the past however many years it's been, and she doesn't really want to keep going at this point. So she just kneels her head down and grips whatever kind of like cloth she is wearing on her legs extraordinarily tightly and says nothing.
In this inky black void, Alquim reaches down, grabs the top of your head, pulls your head clean off of your body, dives inside your body. You come back, falling. All of you see Delphine slam onto the floor. As she lands, a inky blackness explodes around her. You see every bone in their body is broken, and yet she stands up. Dark energy pulsating around her. You hold your weapon, the last semblance of your mind knowing to defend the people here, unending strength throwing through your body. All of you see this darkness spin around, and behind, a enormous demon rises from the shadows. Delphine, you see the Baelor stare at Alquam. You also see through the inky blackness of Tovar's magic, the leader of the Sylvari staring, like kind of lost. You can see exactly through this darkness. And that is where we will end our session for the day.
Oh, it
Oh
should
God.
I want to fight so bad. I want to fight.
Well, we're here next week. We're playing next week. So
Oh,
look at that.
that's
We can do
right,
it
that's
again.
right.
Thank you so much for playing, everybody. That was
Goodness,
super
keep going.
fun.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah,
Delphine
we'll see everyone
and
next week.
Priest are bloodthirsty.
Oh boy.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I just realized none of the enemies have initiative. So what's going
Yeah,
on?
that's
We're
what
gonna
I was
run
gonna
that
ask
next.
about.
I
Okay.